Solo.
And hello! Voice is cracking again because puberty's still, a thing. So hello! Hope everybody's having an amazing Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. I am excited to get the lab rats on the channel because I just got 5 new gearlocks and I I best get cracking. Yeah, I think we're going to be taking a little bit of an extended break from Cloudspire as I get all these too many bones things on the channel. We still have the lab rats. We still have Gilly. We still have the different modes of play from Splice Dice. And now I have 5 new gearlocks and we have 5 new tyrants. And it's just bananas, a ton of too many bones content. So I do want to start diving more into that in the near future. Get a little caught up, and then we'll start cycling back in Cloudspire. I'm at a good stopping point in Cloudspire because I just finished the Aurora scenarios, and we're going to be coming back with the Grove Tender. So we took the 3rd camera out of retirement, so here we go. Woo! Gives you another view of the battle mat just so you can track the health remaining of all the baddies and the gearlocks on the battle mat a little bit better. It's not great. It is going to be reversed, so you'll be looking at the battle mat from the top of the screen as opposed to the bottom, but that's the only way I can really get this worked out. And the lab rats are super interesting. I mean, I will say, look, I really like Tank. I love Dart. Lab rats are fine. They're a different mode of play. Your hand's a little bit forced early from my limited plays off camera. There is still going to be things I'm going to be discovering about the lab rats on screen. That's always fun. So there's going to be a little bit of button mashing. Just my metaphor for when I'm like just figuring stuff out in a board game, and I'm just, let me try that, see what happens. And we'll see. So Mulmesh will be a very nice challenge for us. I did consider doing the Mad Mulmesh for the Rage of Tyranny, and that just seemed, between the new gearlocks, whatever, I will get to all of the stuff in the Rage of Tyranny eventually. Unfortunately, I just don't see, it just didn't feel like that was going to come together for today, especially with the lab rats, because I got smushed off camera and I was like, I don't know if adding this wrinkle is going to be the best idea. But yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. You could feel it in my voice. I'm like, maybe I should do it. Now we're gonna stick with just Mole, the meshiest of moles going forward. We got Brian Skollick in the house. Hi, Greg. Can only stay about an hour, but wanted to see how you played these rats from a lab. Yeah, I want to see how I play them too. Should be interesting. If what was I gonna say? Went right out of my head. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I do have my AC on. We are in the middle of a heat wave in Philadelphia. If that is annoying and providing any kind of background noise, please let me know. I do have noise canceling in my little headset here, so it's usually not a problem. But if it is, I will, by all means, turn my air conditioning off because I understand how annoying bad audio can be. All right, Momesh, once human, now Worgen. He's a werewolf. Let's be real. I mean, if Worgen means werewolf in some D&D thing, someone can let me know that. Momesh has an insatiable hunger for that which he once was. Knowing that there is no going back, he lets that hunger fuel his fury toward any non-Ebon Daelorian who stands in his way of exacting vengeance. Dun dun dun! 9-day adventure. We need 6 progress points before we can take on Meshy Poo himself. How did the lab rats start? Well, look, we have 4 lab rats. We have the Ebonologist, Elon. We have the Fixer, Slank. Sorry, not Flank. Flank is a delicious steak, but is not the name of this character. We have the Safety Analyst, Safety Analyst, Helix, and we have the Biotechnician, Gerbil. The lab rats have 4 different colored dice, and then we have these our consumable dice, and then we have these 2 gray dice, which are basically a more advanced version of a joint color here. And what I mean by that, so Flan's profession, she's really good with the yellow dice. Helix is really good with the orange dice, Slank's really good with the blue dice, and Gerbil's really good with the purple dice. And what I mean by really good, it's almost like a little bit of like a bloody in kind of thing, that if I roll it, I can, and all of the lab rats can roll the dice of the other of the other rats. But when they roll, if they roll this malfunction thing, that's a problem. The die, they have to use a die, and then the die goes back in the skill area. But if that's their profession, not only can they ignore that malfunction after you use a skill die of your, like, what you're good in. Not only does the die not get put back in the skill area, it doesn't even get exhausted. It actually goes back in your lab rats play area. Now, all considering though, with the lab rats, you can only have 4 skill dice at any one time. Additionally, you can only have 1 lab rat on the battle mat at any one time, and then they can, like, they're almost like a WWF tag team thing going on. Well, they'll kind of tag in and tag out, as you go. If the 1 lab rat that is on the mat gets KO'd without declaring that he was tagging out during his turn in that round, you lose the battle. But if you can have a turn, say, I'm going to tag out, and then be defeated, you would do the normal KO stuff, right? So you would take out backup plans and stuff like that, but then indeed a new lab rat can come in. We will start the adventure with 2 of our lab rats, and I'm going to start with Flan and Slank. Now, as soon as you have a lab rat as part of the adventure, you get access to their stat die. So again, we can only upgrade 2 of our stats to start the game. As we unlock more lab rats, then we'll get access to their stat die as well. So by the end, we will be able to upgrade all 4 of our stats. When you upgrade a stat, you upgrade a stat for all of the lab rats. So if I increase health, all the lab rats now have +1 health. If I increase attack, again, all the lab rats have +1 attack. There are a couple of ambiguities in the rules, but this is a chip theory game after all, so who's shocked about that? We're going to get 3 health with Flan. Again, Flan is the only one of the ranged lab rats, and you'll notice that each lab rat has this little card. Those cards indicate what their backup plan is, so we'll kind of use those as we need to as we have our active lab rats. So again, Slank and Flan are in. Slank's going to come in with 3 health as well. Now, Slank's stats are 3 dex, 1 attack, 1 defense, and Flan's stats are 2 dex, 2 attack, 0 defense, but they both have 3 health, and we'll get to Helix and Gerbil as we go. I do need to shuffle these baddie stacks a little bit. Thank you again to Lee Rocket Magnet for these wonderful little chip trays. They are awesome. I am very lucky to have the base game, the original base game box, where I can fit all this stuff in. I was able to get all of Undertow, thanks to Chief Theory Games for a review copy of Splice and Dice. We will see the Splice and Dice baddies. They are part of this adventure today. So again, that is helpful. But yeah, so I have all of Splice and Dice, all of Undertow, all the base game, and all of Unbreakable in the original big game box, and then I have it in the Undertow box and the Unbreakable box. I got it all to fit in there, and that includes having 4 of these trays. So it's a pretty nifty little storage solution for me. The Trove chest is probably better if you want to drop a couple $100 on that. Brian says, wait until tomorrow, should be in the 90s. Ugh. Yes, this beard is not made for 90-degree weather. Shocking, I know. We have a 1-point baddie. We have an imposter in our midst. We must put him back from whence he came. Yeah, my game to this off camera, I've had a hard time getting the additional lab rats unlocked, so that was just kind of a strategy mistake on my part. I did start with Helix and Slank. I don't think that was the correct path, so I think Flan and Slank will be a nicer path is the words I'm trying to say. Molmesh uses beast type baddies, bog type baddies, and scales type baddies, so Hardy could be super annoying. We'll see if we have to deal with any of that. Again, I'm not doing an incredibly thorough shuffle here. I'm just doing a quick wash of these chips. Again, they're all pretty randomized based on my plays off camera. And we'll put this back. You'll notice that the day counter is the nice double thick chip that came with the Unbreakable campaign, so that's super cool. And I'm going to use this D6 up there to track our progress. We have Molmesh's Tyrant die there, and we are using the base game battle mat. I'm going to get ourselves our day 1, day 2, and day 3. If you have all the content, now I did not put the ace and the whole stuff in here. It is what it is. I just left out with the undertow stuff, but we have 12. Yeah, it's a lot. We have 12, 12, and 12 for day 1, day 2, and day 3. So I'll totally randomize this. Our day 3 encounter is going to be number 7, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Here is 7. Our day 2 encounter will be from one of these 12. We have 3, so 1, 2, and 3. And our day 1 encounter will be from one of these 12. It's 8, 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. Nice. So these will come over here. We have our special encounters over here. We have our 2 siren encounters. One came with 40 days, so a little bit more variety there. And now we have our solo encounters and a lot of variety there with 40 days. We still have to worry about getting that annoying kid, because Wolf is that one of my least favorite encounters in all of Too Many Bones. It's pretty bad. Gonna shuffle these a little bit more, and then since there are 3 special encounters and we have a 9-day adventure, we're gonna take 6 off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. That's gonna go there. Timer encounters here, and we'll just have to put this underneath here off screen. That will work. Also off screen, I have the Lab Rats little sheet here. We have the full baddie skills reference. Now this is what came with Unbreakable, so it does include a lot of Unbreakable keywords, which obviously won't apply. And then we have our Garg, which I put there mostly to try to, force me to remember that I need to scout whenever I get a chance, because, I have a habit of forgetting to do that. Let me pause this real quick. Am I using baddies for 40 days as well? I am using baddies for 40 days. I think. Yeah, I think I am. Yes, I have 40 days baddies. Look at me. I know what I'm doing. Monty, hello, how's it going? What's up, sir? I'm still at work running this on the background. Amazing. Brian says hello at Madi, and then that kid should be put in reform school and be done with it. Yeah, for real. I hate that kid. It's absolutely the worst. But somehow, no matter how I shuffle, it ends up in my games, which is super awesome. All right, let's make this magic happen. Now we shuffle the Trove Loot. We'll shuffle the loot deck. Everything else should be good to go. I am playing on the Heroic. What's the expert? Legendary, I think is the name. So I'm on the legendary mode, which means that I don't start with any training points, which is fine. If you want to look at the beginner build strats, put your first few strats into hit points of defense. This will allow you to stay alive while you get those much needed bones. Once you have a 3rd lab rat, an increase in dex will let you start using skills more frequently. Skills, don't get too attached to your skills. They will come and go. Start out with Slank's Bladder Star for some offensive abilities, and Flan's Restorator for quick healing. Promote these skills quickly to decrease the chance of a malfunction. Again, our innate, no real special innate. The innate +1 is once we have 4 bones, we can go ahead and we can unlock another lab rat. That lab rat immediately becomes available to enter play, which is super cool, but I will make sure I read this closely as we go to make sure that that is all done super correctly. All right, Brian, if you have a 5 phone, there is a Too Many Bones screen scanner that's very useful and has a list of all the baddie skills. I do. I find it a little cumbersome. I think I would just rather use the baddie skill thing, but yeah, I've definitely seen it. It's pretty cool, but just not something I use very often. All right, let's make, or ever. I can move. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, lockpicking die. Nope. Lane marker die. Down. All right. I'm going to move these up here. And we'll have a little bit of a play area to work with. Excellent. Look at this. Super exciting. Oh, okay. Ignore malfunctions, resourceful. Done. We are going to go with day one. That's what I need to do. Here we go. Duster's aid. Duster had always been a divisive gearloc. Folks seemed to either despise and mistrust her or romanticize her life and exploits. Naturally, the council had a number of excuses for taking her from the deep wood as a child. Like most things council-related, gearlocs tend to trust and believe it word for word. When Duster reappeared in Obmadar just days ago, she had a very different story to tell. The warnings she offered prior to heading into the deep north have the town on edge. Many simply don't believe her. Many simply don't believe she's betrayed her fellow Gearlocs and swear she's been framed. Others think that Duster up in Ibbenhart must be some sort of clone or imposter. She left a few helpful tools around town should the residents of Obmadar decide to rebel. It feels strange putting them to use against her and her fellow tyrants, but free help is free help. Alright, the cache seems oddly personalized. Each Gearloc gains one of their consumable dice, or the cache has nothing special, but it's plenty useful. Treat this card as loot. It is the Tough Shrooms Extract. Heal an entire party for 2 hit points when used in battle, or heal an entire party to max hit points outside of battle. Single use. Each Gearloc. So we are 1 Gearloc, so I don't know how that would total. I guess are we 1 whole party? I don't know. It also gives us a loot. So this would give us a loot, and then we get to treat this card as loot. I think that getting this consumable die makes a lot of sense. So this is the silver adhesiverator. That's adhesiverator? I don't know. There are 2 different symbols that come up. Half of this die is ignore malfunctions, last entire battle. The other half of this die is just 3 bones. And 3 bones indeed. I think we're going to be starting this next battle with Flan because she's a ranged Gearloc. That could be helpful, and we'll put this in her little skill area. If you ever have 4, you can only have 4 skill dice. If you ever get a 5th, you have to discard one of the other 4 that you have. Additionally, this is going to give us 1 progress of our 6. So we're going to note that. And we get 1 training point. I will use that training point using... I think defense... my dex is so garbage. But defense makes some sense because I can try to get some bones, but this will really help with bones. I will do the defense, and I'm going to, since I can choose, from what I understand, you could choose the Gearloc you want to do as far as training, and since I'm training with Flan and her defense is 0, I don't have to even roll the die for a training attempt. I could just make that a 1, and now all Gearlocs, all the lab rats will be able to benefit from that 1 as soon as we start tagging in and out. And you'll see how that works. All right, so that is done. Day 1 is over. I can also scout during the recovery phase. Booyah, I rolled a 6. I'm going to treat that as a 5 because those 5-point baddies can be super nasty. Engulf weaken 2. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is a dragon. Delinquent. He is a dragon. Jerky jerk. So we're going to put him below. Again, those 5-point baddies can be really swingy as the game starts to develop. That weaken 2 is brutal, especially when our dex is not all that great. We're going to go to day 2. We're going to draw the top encounter card. Is the special encounter, Honor Thy Griffin. I am about to have some serious coughing fits, kids. Yo, Greg, says John Alderson. Hello, sir. A lot of too many bones making the rounds across several streams this week, probably because of the hype around Unbreakable. Oh, yeah. And Scott says, I think you need more stuff in front of you. Yeah, dude. Lab rats are a little excessive. All right, Honor Thy Griffin. A dart protrudes from its neck, indicating it has been struck with some sort of sleeping toxin. Otherwise, seeing an honor griffin in such a defenseless position would surely be the setup for a trap. Not that it couldn't be a trap anyway. There's plenty of reason for anything harboring ill intent to camp outside the gates of Opendar in hopes of a quick bit of thievery. All the same, there is an opportunity to get a free couple of strikes on this griffin before it fights back, or perhaps attempt to hop on and go for a ride to rain down destruction from above. Take out the griffin before it comes to. Gives us an extra training point. Sure, I'm just like a sucker for trying to get extra training points. We're going to get the Honor Griffin, which is a 20-point baddie. Honor Griffin, where are you? There we are. And there's my little Honor Griffin song. You can see that on the latest America's Best Hits charts. All right, place the Honor Griffin on the battle mat in a melee position, starting in melee starting position in lane 1, ignoring the thing that would make it draw 2 more 5-point baddies. Honor Griffin starts with only 3 hit points and is stunned for the first 2 rounds. That seems fine. So he comes in, melee position in lane 1, 3 hit points, and where's our stun die? You're a stun die. Are you a stun die? Are you a fun guy? Oh my gosh, the dad jokes just keep rolling out. What's stun? That's untargetable. Is that stun? No, that's disable. That's stun. I know what's going on. There you go. 2 rounds of stun just for you, buddy. All right, Auto Griffin start, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the 2 baddie points because it is day 2. We are 1 gearloc. 2 times 1 is 2. Advanced math as always. And yeah, he's in lane 1, so we need a lane 2 marker for the clay golem. The clay golem has break. Remember, if you use attack dice to reduce the amount of health, the attack die breaks. So that could be a thing. And the bog frog. Oh, that's going to be interesante. That's interesting. It's Spanish for y'all. That comes in with 4 health. And we'll go over here. Done. So I'm choosing option 1 because I need training points. And we'll just put this on top of Gerbil because we ain't using her anytime soon. Anyway. Woo! Alright, I do need any dice. So we have a 5 for the Honor Griffin. We have a 2 for the Clay Golem in lane 2. And we have a 3 for the Bog Frog in lane 3. Our reading die is pretty good. It is a 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5. I'm going to roll that now. And I rolled a 3. Any dice is good except for when I roll like garbage. And that's fine. This can come over here. All right, we are going to put Flan in a range position. She will come, where did you want to go, little one? She'll come all the way down here, and that's fine. She only has 2 decks. We best get the health off of this clay griffin pretty quickly. We got some problems. Interesting. All right, so I have 2 decks on my first turn. No, I'm not first. Well, yeah, the Honor Griffin's first. He's stunned for the first 2 rounds, so that's fine. Flan's gonna go. She's just rolling 2 attack dice. Slank's got the 3 decks. We can try to make that work on his turn. So she's just attacking the Honor Griffin. Roll a 3, please. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Honor Griffin down. Most excellent. So that really opens up the rest of this. Honor Griffin's defeated. Put that in the defeated baddie stack for the 20-point baddies. And that comes out. And this comes out. So excellent roll. Thank you very much, Flan. Flan just makes me hungry just saying it. It's like some delicious flan. All right, we're gonna go to the Bog Frog's gonna go 1, 2, and then the Clay Golem comes 1, 2. Clay Golem rolls 1 die. It's a bones. He's terrible at this, and that works for me. We're gonna go to round 2. Flan is like, well, I'm about to be poisoned, and Clay Golem's about to attack me, and that's not great. So she is going to go, she's rolling 2. Yeah, we're definitely attacking this dude. So she's going to roll 1 attack. She'll roll 2 attack dice, and she's going to declare against the Bog Frog. She's rolling Doom. Oh, 2 damage to the Bog Frog. Yay for a ranged lab rat. That's always very helpful. That's done. And at the end of this, she's going to be declaring, I'm tagging out. Most excellent. So she's going to get off the board because she's about to be poisoned. Bogfry comes in and does a poison too. Done. And then the clay golem is going to attack with an attack die here. And boneses again. He's really bad at this. I told you. So you can't trust the clay golems. At the end of the round, because she declared she was tagging out, we do the following. You may declare a tag out at the end of your turn by flipping the chip on the active lab rat, as long as there is a lab rat in the party that hasn't already battled. After the end of the round, remove the tagging out lab rat's chip and hit points from the battle mat, and I assume the poison die comes with it too. I don't know why that would transfer over. Then take the chip and corresponding hit points of the lab rat tagging in and place it in the battle mat position that the tagging out lab rat previously occupied. Place it in the battle mat position of the tagging. So we're going to go right here. Hello, Slank. It will retain the same initiative spot as the previous lab rat. Transfer all dice from the tagged out lab rat's mat to the tagged in. So this defense die comes over. So we're at 1 and 2 there, and we get that skill dice as well. Now, had Flan been knocked out, like, again, I think backup plan and all that stuff goes away, but, you know, whatever. Transfer all the dice from the tagged out lab rat's mat to the tagged in lab rat, as well as anything in its prep area. Turn the tagged out lab rat's mat sideways to show that it cannot tag anything in this battle. I'm just going to have it here. Like, that just seems like an unnecessary mechanic. As the tagging in lab rat will retain the same any. When added to the battle mat, place the lab rat. Oh, sorry, blah, blah, blah. When all the battle ends, all the rest mats can be turned right side up again. So yeah, I think the poison just never triggers because there will never be another beginning of turn for Flan. At least that's my reading. Chippin. I'm sorry, Scott. What's up? I said Chippin. Scott Kippin. Who made your chip holders there? I know you mentioned this there a few times, but never heard who. And Lee, what's up? I did. I've uploaded the STL to Thingiverse. Thank you, Lee. That was the most requested thing in my channel's history, I think. It's like, where can I get those things? Like, yeah, they're pretty freaking awesome. All right, we go to round 3. We need to kill the bug thing. I have 3 decks. Oh, no, this is gonna be bad. I'm trapped. Uh-oh. I only have 1 attack. I only have 1 attack. The poison 2 would very much not be good. I planned this poorly. I didn't realize. I thought I could come in like here, and then I realized I was reading wrong. I have to go in that position, right? Unless I was knocked out. Uh-oh. You might be mulliganing this battle really quick. I would have to take a different approach. Because unless I roll a 2, I'm going to lose 2 health. On each of your turns, you may have reroll 1 unused die. Yeah, I was thinking I was just going to annihilate this dude. I probably should have trained attack, eh? But I was thinking about bones. Problem is I get a poison too, I'm dead because I'm not going to have the health. So I essentially need to roll a 1 here. If I get a bones, I can acquire a skill die. I got some things I could do, but none of them are great. So I'm going to roll 1 attack and 2 defense and hope I roll a bones. And I have an idea of how I can potentially wiggle out of this, but it's not far from ideal. So we'll see. And if we mulligan it, we mulligan it. So be it. So 3 dice, roll a 2, and just make it not matter. Oh! That's probably worst case scenario, because yeah, I'm gonna super die. All right, I'm gonna do 1 damage to the bog frog. I have bones on there, which is terrible. I'm going to do a minor repair, which is going to allow me to acquire a #1 skill die. The #1 skill die I'm going to acquire, for reasons that won't make any sense at this point, we're going to take Flan's #1 skill die, and we're going to put it here. But unless the golem totally fritzes, I am super dead. So, because I'm going to get poison 2 from the bog pole, and the golem needs to bones, or this is going to be a short game. He does not bones. He rolls a 2. All right, let's set this back. Let's try this again. I'm just going to reset it. I'm not going to take new baddies. Just need to reason this out. We're just going to do a quick mulligan because I play bad. Flan probably should have stayed on the map for 1 more turn. She loses 2 health. As long as she gets well, she would have 1 defense. Woof. I don't know how to work this. It's confusing. Finding an opening with these guys is proving difficult. I mean, the +1 health, one of them mattered. Like I think the defense is still the right play. It's just getting those bog frogs are just really nasty, man. Honor Griffin, stun die, 3 health, lane 1. Right, and I even rolled a 3 that first turn. If I didn't do that, that's even worse. There's really no obvious path there. I mean, I could try. Start with Slank. That doesn't make much sense. Yeah, I really want that extra training point. But I just don't see how I can put this together. Especially when I roll bones on my defense die. Woof. This is a lot of health for 2 1-point baddies, right? I mean, you got the 4 from the bog frog, you got the 5 from the bog, the clay golem, we got the 3 here. So somehow I'm trying to, with limited decks, I'm trying to do a lot of damage. And that is hard. 3 health. Oh, by the way, the lab rats come with these 3. I don't understand the point of these 3 health chips. I don't think they're practical. I don't think they're necessary. But they are there. He's only got 1 attack. I don't see how that helps me. Yeah, I think let's set it back real quick and see what's up. All right. Turn over. Flan's attacking the Honor Griffin. And I roll 2 damage and a bones. That I don't mind. So 2 damage in the bones. I'm going to use the bones to do bog bolts. Place a poison, 1 effect on any 2 baddies. So I'm going to put a poison here and a poison here. This should actually be a lot better. So I used her backup plan to do that. We go to Celebrat's turn is over. We go to the bog frog, takes a damage because of the poison. Poison die comes away because it ticks down to 0. Moves 1, 2. Clay Golem moves 1/2. It rolls a die. It does 1 damage to Flan. We go to round 2. Flan's got 2 decks. She's rolling 2 dice against the Honor. Nope. My bad. The Honor Griffin's going to go. They take a damage because of the poison. Even though they're stunned, bad effects still take place. Honor Griffin's dead. So yeah, the 2 in the bones is actually better than the 3 by a long shot. That goes out. Stun effect die is out. I'm rolling 2 dice against the Bog Frog. I wouldn't mind a 3. Or 1 in a bones. Whoops. I'm going to take the bones out again. We get Bog Bolts. 1 poison, 1 poison. And we are declaring that we are tagging out. The Bog Frog loses a health because of the poison. Poison die goes away. Comes here, puts a poison 2 on top of Flan. Flan is on the wrong side here. And then the Clay Golem rolls a die, or loses the health because of the poison. Rolls a die, gets Flan down to 1. This goes away. So rolling bones onto attack dice has been really helpful. Flan is going to tag out at the end of the round. Slank comes in here. And now we go to round 3. The poison does transfer over unless Flan is KO'd. Wow. Really? Man, that should be a lot clearer on the sheet, dude. I mean, it's not in your prep area. It's not like that's, I mean, thematically that's just weird. It's not like Slank was there to get poisoned. Take the chip. Transfer all dice from the tagged out lab rat's mat, as well as anything in its prep area. Thanks, I would go take a gander. So Flan could have taken poison 2, rolled her 2 attack, tagged out, got KO'd. Maybe go to Bog Frog first. I mean, that must have, was that an FAQ, Marty? Because that like is literally nowhere on this sheet. I mean, like, you know, it's a pretty important fact to like not. It's, I mean, unless poison is not on prep area, it's like literally on the chip. I mean, Marty's never wrong, so I'm like, but really, dude, like that just seems like a bad ruling to me. Because like, what? Slank wasn't even attacked. Well, he just like steps into the poison. Like, I don't know, dude. All right, we'll reset this. I mean, you can see if I don't take the poison, I mean here like the rest of this should be easy. I mean, I do that 1 damage to the Bog Frog. Bog Frog's dead. I now have 2 shield. You know, we have this die over here. Again, this should be here. I have 3 decks. Whatever, and then we can just honestly, like, we could just run this guy around, get to some fatigue rounds, you know, be able to kill him that way. Yes, it doesn't make sense to me either. It's not clear in the sheet. It was the official video from CTG. That's a pretty bad ruling, dude. I don't think this is a combo that I can win then. Like, that's horrible. Unless, again, if I stop being greedy. But if you're KO'd, so it's almost like you want to like have the poison on you and just get KO'd. Wolf. Or if Slank goes first. We acquire the die that let's, but then Flan's not gonna have the deck. See, I don't think this is a possible win then. That's just horrendous. These are just really rough baddies. I mean, I'm trying to get max training points, but that might be a fool's errand because I mean I can't see how you could make this come together with only 3 decks. Right, and he'll have dive and flight. So if he attacks, I mean, I'm super toast my goats, especially as I only rolled a 4 by any die. Poison Treasury doesn't make sense, but it's too many bones, so it's certainly possible. The math doesn't make sense. I guess it was more of a balancing it mechanically, but that's, I don't know, man. It's not like these are like overpowered like gearlocs, dude. You start. I guess I don't know. They're trying to say the health thing. I don't know, man. That's a bad ruling. I mean, unless reality is if I just take the health, gives me a little bit more sustainability, probably better than the defense. And maybe we make the math work out better that way. Let me try that. We'll try this one time, and honestly, I might just rerun the whole thing. So round 1, Griffin, stunned. So first round of the Griffin is done. Flan's going to attack with 2 dice. I think we still got to get that Griffin off, man. He is all foul. Yeah, Flan's attacking the Griffin. Oh, man. Woof. So I go with, because Slank goes there. He's getting poisoned on the very first turn. That's not going to work. We rolled a 2. Not even no poison opportunity here, so that wasn't great. Done. Over. Down. 1 attack, please bones, or 1 damage, down to 3. We go to round 2. And we have no defense dice. So start of my turn, I'm going to die again. And if the poison transfers over, Slank's going to be down. Yeah, I can't get her KO'd. Woof. This goes away. Yeah, I don't know how I would get her KO'd now. And if I kept the defense die, then she wouldn't have the health. Then she's down to 2 health. Yeah, she has to tag out. And then the poison's going to go right to... Right, and he's acting first. Yeah, this is just a bad matchup. This is a bad matchup, kids. Alright, I'm just going to reset the whole thing. Because I can, and I want to. Let's start over for the first time. With new knowledge given to me by one Madi. Woo! Done! Comes here. The juvenile delinquent, I know I put on the bottom. We're just going to redo the whole thing because at some point it just gets too cheesed. All right, 5 pointers have been reshuffled. And we'll take the 1 pointers. It goes here. Alrighty then. Take a different series of baddies. I mean, I could have done the second option. I want training points. I'd just rather start it over. We're going to get a new 1 and a new 2, or at least reshuffle. So I have 12 of them, rolling a d12. I rolled a 10. And we have 12 of them. For day 2, rolling a d12 again. I rolled a 7, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and here's 7. This consumable die goes back here, and this comes here. Round 1, and let's make the magic happen. Day 1. Act like nothing else ever happened before this. We're good. Rumors at the Tipsy Troll Tavern. I've heard things in the south are even worse. 3 health for fun. I don't see what threat a bunch of monsters up in the mountains is to life here in town. There's some kind of beast sinking every trade vessel that sails the Sabran. Whole villages are being burned by a huge southern dragon. It's bad. Sure, some of these northern tyrants are scary, but was life in the Deepwood really that great to begin with? Anyway, take this. If you're going to waste your time, the least I could do is try to keep you alive a little longer. Take the Signet, gives me 2 training points. Treat this card as loot, Molnar Crest. While in your possession, you may go first at any game of dangerous darts permanent. Oh, Jesus. Or take the gear. I can automatically take a trove loot and automatically unlock it. No, thank you. Great. So take the Signet. So my options are take the gear, take the Signet. I will take the Signet because, you know, whatever, it's loot. And I can go first in dangerous darts, everyone. Oh, excellent. I love dangerous darts. However, obviously the real point for me is obviously the extra training point, because I get a training point at the bottom of this card, I get a training point at the top of this card, and now I have one of my 4 loots, which I'll just kind of put in that little window there. So that is 1 progress point. My 2 training points, we're going to spend 1 on, well, we'll spend 1 on health again. I don't know. Flan's dex is so bad. She's not really rolling defense anyway, but he's, oh. No, man, I want to spend on defense. I really think that's going to be more important. So Slank's going to go down. With the normal baddies, I think we'll be better that way. And I will spend a point to get the number 1 die for the Ebonologist. The number 1 die for the Ebonologist has 2 sides, which will allow me to remove all negative effect dice from a unit when applied, and then 1 side which allows me to heal any unit or inactive lab rat for a number of hit points. So I think having this in battle early can be helpful, and I will indeed put this on Flan. All right, day 2, here we go. Somebody to love. We get the scout again because I reset all those stacks. I rolled a 2, so we can only scout a 1-point baddie. It is the Bog Pole Poison 1. Could do better, could do worse. Only has 3 health. Flan should be able to take that out. We will just leave that there. It's only a poison 1, not a poison 2. So again, not as vicious as the Bog Frog. Hidden in the bushes, it's easy to see the end of the battle that unfolds. I mean, one thing I could have done if I was here, Bog Frog, guarantee the poison 2. I don't know. The fact that you have to come in the same position when if you're knocked out, it's almost better because then you could go somewhere else. There might have been a path if I had gone to a different corner and just taken the poison and then like guaranteed the tempo of when I'm going to get knocked out. And then when she's knocked out, then I could bring in Slank over here. That could have been a different way to play that. But hidden in the bushes, it's easy to see the end of the battle unfold. Tensions between all species and races in Daelore are running high, and the slightest disagreement regularly spills into full-fledged carnage. Only a handful of fighters remain amidst the battlefield littered with slain foes. Moving from the bushes to the battlefield will be difficult unless hiding spots can be found among some other fallen fighters. 2 training points either way. My options are stay hidden and finish the fight. Battle queue is baddie points. Baddies enter battle mat with starting hit points reduced by 2. Place an untargetable effect die on all gearlocs for round 1. All baddies heal 1 hit point at the end of each round. Woof. They're wounded. Let's charge. They see you coming from a mile away and hail their commanding officer. Battle queue is baddie points plus a 5-pointer. Baddies into battle mat with starting hit points reduced by 2 and a bleed effect die. Both choices, baddies with starting hit points of 2 or fewer, are immediately defeated prior to being placed on the battle mat. Woo! That's hard. The heal 1 is rough. So I think they're wounded. Let's charge actually makes sense, but we are going to be really dependent on a 5-pointer that doesn't absolutely suck here. So let's hope for that. So we have baddie points. They're starting hit points reduced by 2 and a bleed effect die. So this guy's just going to die, and the 5-pointer goes on top. The commanding officer is, oh, that's amazing. So it's the mini phage. This is a Splice and Dice baddie. You can tell from the green border. It comes in with 2 hit points and a bleed effect die. And it's good to get rid of this dude early because he's untargetable, which is super annoying. He's also stubborn, which means he will attack me when he is defeated, but he will be defeated fairly soon. We have the Bog Pole. Bog Pole goes in lane 2 in a ranged position with 1 health left and a bleed effect die, right? So he won't even have a turn because he just gonna die. And then the last one in lane 3 is the Cobalt Tracker, who is just absolutely dead because the Cobalt Tracker only has 2 health. So yeah, this should be fairly easy. Flan's gonna come here. Okay. Reverberator, force field, remove all knife and then applied. Remove all negative effect die when applied, and when an effect die would be placed in this unit, reduce this counter by 1 and ignore it. That's really sick. So yeah, that would have been great last turn. Had I had it with all that poison that was coming out. So we're gonna set up our battle mat. We have a 3. We have a 4. The lab rats are a 4, so we are first. Yeah, so we're gonna go. I'm going to attack Dingbat with 1 attack die and 1 defense die. Mostly rolling defense die, trying to get bones, not bleeding. Booyah. Oh, bones. Woof. Well, I got the bones I wanted. That's interesting. Can I get 4 bones? There's a bones there. Okay, bones. That is fine. We now go to the mini phage. He suffers a damage because of the bleed. Moves 2. This suffers a damage because of the bleed and is out. This is a much easier first battle. Oops, I switched those. Indeed, I switched. Oh, I really switched those. So 1, 2, out. We go to round 2. I'm very much trying to get 4 bones. It's going to be tough. I'm going to roll 1 defense die, and I'm going to roll my skill die. Remember, this is my profession, so I don't need to worry about anything else. Just really hoping to get 2 bones, because that'd be amazing. I can't roll an attack die anyway, because I can't attack that sucker. Oh. Yeah, I was, yeah, I couldn't, I had to be targeting the other dude last time, so that Bones was lucky. He's like, yeah, I cannot attack that sucker because he's untargetable. So it just worked out. Anyway, we still have a bleed die on him, so this is my last round. So bones. Oh, 3 bones instead of 4. That sucks. And 1 defense die. The bones. My options here for my innate. Place poison on 1 effect die. Oh, resourceful. Each of my turns, I can reroll 1 unused die. Yeah. I could have just put a poison die on it with my innate, but I get to reroll 1 unused die. Bones! Excellent. Look at me go, man. It's helpful when you read what your abilities are. By the way, so the special thing for Slank, he's a grease monkey. He ignores malfunctions. The special thing for Flan is resourceful. On each of her turns, she can reroll 1 unused die. Now, this is a skill die. Skill die normally exhaust after they're used, even when used as bones, except since this is part of her profession, it would just go back on her mat. We have the 4 bones, which allows me to unlock a 3rd lab rat. We will unlock Helix because we like Helix, although I don't like Helix's dex sucking so much, but he's got this improvised thing, which is pretty cool. Gain 1 bones each time a baddie is defeated. Surgical. Skill dice do not cost dex to roll. Oh, that's a thing. Shh, I don't really like his skills though. I haven't really explored the gerbil much. We'll make gerbil active, so she's gonna come into play with her full health. So choose 1 lab rat not yet in play, take its mat and place it next to the lab rats already in the party. Place a ship beside its prep area with full hit points, and place the stat die of its color next to your currently active lab rat's mat. This lab rat is now available to be tagged in. The stat die can be used to increase the stat when spending training points. Most excellent. So gerbil's now available. We're gonna go to this guy's turn. The mini phage bleeds out. And now it does its stubborn attack. 1, 2. It rolls 2 attack dice. It could KO me. That would be devastating. But that was the risk. It rolls a 2 instead of a 3. 2 damage to me. Mini phase out. I survived. We win the battle. Most excellent. All right, in the recovery phase, you can only heal one rat. I only have 1 rat that took damage. So, man. All right, we're good. 1 rat that took damage, so Flan can heal up to full health. We're going to get 1 more progress points, so we're up to 2. I don't know why I was already at a 2. It is what it is. And we get 2 training points, plus we get a loot. The loot we will get is a fortunate discovery. Select 1 of my consumable dice. I will take the 1 that gives me 3 bones. Thank you very much. So that will go there. And that's out. And the 2 training points, I'll spend 1 on health, and I can use, again, this one or this one. We'll use Slanks. So everybody gets +1 health. It's a health party, kids. 1, 2, 3. So Flan gets the 4, Slank gets the 4, Durable gets the 4. Most excellent. And then we're going to get a skill die. We will get the first one for Slank. What's Durables? Add damage to roll attack die. Place active lab rat on any available position on the battle mat. Let me select a new target. Ooh. That's super interesting. No, we'll just take this one. It's got more bones, and again, this will go here. So we have 2 level 1, so 2 1 dice, and our consumables. So if we can get all 4 rats quick, that would be super helpful. This goes away. That was day 2. Day 1 is there. Second, the chat. The Shannon ruling I saw was a poison does transfer unless the lab rat is KO'd. Says Brian, thank you. It is solo co-op. Make your own ruling to suit your experience. Madi, you can let the Griffin live and tag out in round 2. The Griffin will kill you, and poison doesn't transfer. The problem is the Griffin. Oh, I see. So had I left it alive, the poison would never have triggered. But then I wouldn't have been able to declare tagging out, because you have to declare tagging out. You have to survive your turn. So that's the problem. Yeah, I don't think that works. You'd also go for restoratives. You must get going. Catch the rest later. Good luck, Greg. Yeah, restorator as a skill made sense. But yeah, dude, that's body. Like I get knocked out, the poison doesn't transfer, but then I never have someone tagging in because the Griffin was going before the gearloc. So I don't think that could have actually worked. But I see what I see. I see the idea. I just don't think it would have actually worked out the way in a way that would have led me to win that. So our recovery option, we did indeed restore Flan to full health, and now we have 3 rats super excited about their life prospects. All right, day 3. Well, this is day 2.5. Awesome. Sometimes it's good to realize that everyone goes through the same struggles. Take these baddies, for instance. Just like so many gearlocs before them, they're standing at the banks of the Sabran River, wondering how to cross. Should they tuck their ears or fangs, pay a toll, try to float across? It's good to remember that despite our differences, we have more in common than we think. Then again, contemplating the spirit of universal brotherhood is for philosophers. If a gearloc interloper were to join these ne'er-do-wells riverside, it's much more likely to result in fisticuffs than friendship. Maybe it would be better to double back and find a different place to make a cross. Battle. What? So, I can review this adventure's day 2 encounter card. Carry out one of the choices on the encounter that was not selected on day 2. If successful, receive the rewards on this encounter rather than that. So it would be 2 more training points. Or philosophy is dumb, baddie points, and I get a loot. Well, we know how I feel about training points, so we're going to do the other option at day 1. Yay! All right, stay hidden and finish the fight. So they are going to start healing, but we hopefully can get enough attack from Gerbil and Flan to overcome that awfulness. And health. Yeah, Flan still comes in, I think. Just having a ranged baddie to start is super helpful. So, we are going to have, it's day 3. Baddies. So I assume baddie points, since it is day 3, even though it's like 2.5, I'm redoing day 2. I still think we have day 3 stats. So I assume the battle cube will still be 3. And baddies after the battle map with starting hit points reduced by 2. So we have a bog frog. Remember, they heal 1 a turn, so killing them early is a paramount importance. Tough sentence I just tried to utter there. So baddies and placing a targetable effect on gearlocs. That's nice for round 1, and the baddies heal for 1 point at the end of each round. We have the Swampkin monkey just dies because he has 2 health. That's defeated prior to replacing the battle mat, so stubborn won't trigger, and the Griffin yearling is also dead. So 2 hit points is a lot, dude. Placing a targetable effect on gearlocks, and now it's just us against. This is a little silly. It's us against this dude, and I'm untargetable. The bog frog comes in at a 3. It doesn't matter what I roll, I will be in front of them. We are in round 1. So that's gone, and I am rolling. I want to get the 4th lab rat because that's of big importance. I'm going to roll 1 attack die against that. Remember, I'm untargetable, so I don't think it moves toward me because it can't. It's only going to move toward their target, right? So like it's not even going to move. That might be wrong. I don't think I genuinely don't think it moves toward me at all. So I'm rolling a consumable and 1 attack die. I roll the 3 bones there. And I'm going to put that in the backup plan. And I do 1 damage. I'm no longer untargetable at the end of this round, but also at the end of the round, I need to keep this close. Sorry about that. It heals for 1 hit point. We go to round 2. My dex is still at 2. Most excellent. I'm going to roll. Try to get this 4th bones. So that's going to be the most important thing I do right now. I'm going to roll 1 attack die and my skill die. There's a bones, and there's 2 damage. So I could do this in any order. I'm going to put the 4th bones in here. Again, this goes back to my thing because it's my profession. This comes here. I get the last gearloc. So he's going to have 4 health, 5 health because we have a +1 on our health die. And the 2 damage manages to kill the bog frog. This is going a little bit better. Again, one of the things I say about Too Many Bones all the time is that it's an amazing game, but it has a lack of consistency from game to game that can be a little bit much. You see the radical difference between last game and this game, and it's like, yo, that's 2 very different games. But yeah, it worked. We got all 4 of our lab rats. That's a big deal. And now we'll go from here. So we're going to get the rewards that were on the day 3 card. So that's going to be 1 training point, 2 training points, another progress point. Let's get our first dex. We have access to all 4 of the stat dice now. So dex. And we'll take a skill. We'll take we could start training up in one of these. It's not the worst idea. We'll start training up in blue. So we're going to sub out the level 1 die for the level 2 die, because that's how the training points work with the lab rats. All right, we're going to day 4, and we're going to take a look at this. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 encounters here. And remember, we have to have 6 training progress points by the time we want to attack Mulmesh. All right, seeing nothing new in the chat, let me get a D8, and let's figure out what our day 4 encounter is going to be. Oh, I didn't have to heal, so I will scout. I rolled a 4. That's good. Well, I'm going to count that. I rolled a 2, so I can scout here, and we'll look at this. It is a Neanderthal. Get confused. That's not that bad. That's fine. So I rolled a 4. 4th encounter. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is one of the OGs. So the Sky Bridge, it's a cakewalk. At least that's what I tell myself as I hang on for dear life. 1,000 arrow lanes up in the sky. Unfortunately, this ancient rope bridge connecting the 2 mountain ridges is more ancient than it is bridge. There's an unknown party on my tail and a trading boat waiting behind the bridge ahead. Only seconds remain to make one of 2 ill-advised choices. I could turn and fight on this tangle of rotting rope and wood. The other option, hightail it to the other side while dodging arrows from behind. If I make it, I can cut the ropes and send my pursuers on a one-way trip to the bottom of the canyon. We will do a battle. Add 2 battle points to your lane. Battle tricks to lane 1. Or, yeah, the other option is a silly, so we're not going to do. I'd rather actually do a battle than utter randomness. And that is fine. So we're going to do battle points. Add 2 battle points to your total. So battle cube is battle points are 4. Add 2 battle points to your total. So it's a 6. We're going to get a level 5 and a level 1. And battle is just to the lane 1 for both sides. When you fight, only 1 battle at a time. And that's fine. So we have the Dragon Delinquent. That's pretty nasty, and he's engulfed, which is totally wasted for what it is. He's rolling only 2 attack dice, which is helpful, but the weaken can be brutal. Plus, he's probably woof. if he rolls a bones, he weakens, and that's super bad. So he's gonna go there. Neanderthal is not on the board yet, and we're gonna have Flan come out here. The Dragon Delinquent is a 6. This is gonna go really poorly, I think. Yeah, we can sub people in. We're gonna have to try to figure this out the hard way, I think. So Dragon Delinquent is my any die. I don't even have a 6, so I can't possibly go ahead of the Dragon Delinquent. I rolled a 4. Look at that. We were in round 1. Dragon Delinquent is attacking me. It has engulf. So if I have to go into the range position. It has engulf. OBS disconnected for a second. It's back, and I'm down to 1 health. My turn. Well, weaken 2 sucks. I'm going to roll with my 1 dex. I could just move. In Madi, so that would mean all dice on me would go. No, I think it'll be my active slots. Right, that's fine. So I'm gonna roll my skill die. And it's 2. That's pretty strong. I'll put that on my active spot. That immediately removes the weaken, because that's a negative effect die, and it goes into an active slot. And now I'm declaring a sub out. Who's got the most decks? Well, Slank could be pretty awesome here. 2 damage to an adjacent baddie at a bleed effect die, or so could Gerbil. Helix, not so much. We'll put Slank in at the end of the round. So Flan comes out. Slank has to go where she was, and this transfers over. So that was a 2. That counter is still in place, and then we get all these dice as well. We go to round 2. The dragon is attacking with an attack with 2 attack dice. It's also rolling 1 more defense dice, or defense die. So 2 damage. It did not bone, so weaken doesn't trigger. 1 shield. We have 4 decks. I'm going to move 1, 2. We have 2 more decks. I roll 2 defense dice. I can roll this die. Not that worried about the Neanderthal. I'm gonna roll this die and a defense die. With my last 2 decks. Again, I had 4 decks. I was not weakened. That's interesting. So we get a bones here. We have this, which is what? Provoke, deal number of damage to an adjacent unit. Immediately places any die after yours in the any meter. So then what? It attacks me again? Even if I already had a turn? Deal a number of damage, so 3 damage. Down to 6 health finally. And then his die goes after me. Does that mean it goes again? That would be super confusing. That was my skill, so it's not exhausted even though I used it. And then I'm going to use this bones to get a level 1 skill die. Again, it is minor repair, acquire a number 1 skill die. I will acquire this die, which is Helix's number 1 die. Wait, does he have another turn? Marty, are you there? What the hell? All right, too many bones. Slank, provoke. Another turn. I assume it would. Immediately place this die. We've had, assuming it has another turn. I wouldn't even know what book to look this up in, man, to be honest with you. That's what's crazy. I think it does. I'm not sure. It never happened to me before. I assume it would. The good thing about that is that means I go first. Maybe I just don't apply it. But yeah, getting it down 1 health makes sense. So fine, I will tag out. I'm probably getting KO'd, which means the gerbil. Oh, that's got to be a non-adjacent unit. Woof. I can't even apply it anyway. It doesn't matter. It's got to be a non-adjacent unit. Provoke, deal a number of damage to a non-adjacent unit. So I was really hoping for the other one. So I just don't apply that. It just goes back there. He has this full 7 health. The question is, how the heck am I going to kill this thing? Because he's just Swiss cheesing me right now. All right, so I'm going to tag out. That's going to put this, we're going to have Gerbil come in. Now, her special ability is she gains 1 bones each time a baddie is defeated. And this is going to be there, there, and there. These come in here and here. And so the end of the round, well, this should be this way now. Gerbil comes in. This one's out. So we're down to 2 possible lab rats left. Excellent. So just rolling 2 attack dice against Gerbil. Oh my gosh. Just absolutely getting smashed. Like a 1 and a bones would have been fine. Now we get 3 damage here. So that's gross. Because again, I can't get weakened again for a while because I have that thing protecting me. Gerbil's turn. Gerbil's rolling 3 attack dice. Nope, we don't have that upgraded yet. I don't. How the heck can I defeat this guy? Woof. All right, 3 attack die and a defense die, or 2 attack die and a defense die. I have another dex. I will roll. I'll roll Slanks die, hoping for a different die face. Try to get some more true damage in this guy. So these 4 dice. Alright, 3 damage. So those 2 are out. Actually doing damage to him, so he's down to 6. I bonesed. I will use that bone. Since it's not my profession, it does get exhausted. And that's 1 more true damage. And we have a shield. But we only have 1 more health. I would have liked to have had a bleed effect. That did not work. Dude's got 5 health. I don't think I can win this. This is nuts, dude. Oh, engulf. Engulf. Engulf, engulf, engulf. Right. When it did 3 damage to me, it would have engulfed itself. So 3 more health comes off. That was the plan. That's why I got next to him. And that was the first time he attacked me when I was adjacent. So that works. He will always apply defense dice first, but this should actually open up a window. Great. So this was round 3. I'm tagging out. So Gerbil's out. And Helix comes into the same spot. This 1 defense die transfers over. This transfers over. This transfers over. This transfers over. Dex and health. So yeah, we went through all of our gerbil. Or I want to keep wanting to say gerbils. I keep saying gerbil here, but all of our lab rats. The dragon delinquent is attacking. Remember, I put this guy at the bottom of the thing in that other game that never happened. Yeah, this is why. So the delinquent's going in round 4. It's rolling its full complement of 4 dice, and hopefully it rolls some bones, and maybe it engulfs itself. All right, interesting. It puts the 2 shields on itself first. It does 1 damage to me, which knocks off 1 of its shields. And knocks out my shield. Again, so between engulf and the 1 damage is fine. So I took no damage as Helix. The bones, though, was going to add a weaken on me, but I can chick this down to prevent that effect die, so I'm not weakened. Woof. I have 1 attack die, which is not exactly the thing of dreams. He's basically going to need to engulf himself to death. I have 3 decks. I'm rolling 1 attack. I'll roll my Sonic Distorter, which has some possibilities. And I'll roll my 2 defense dice. Don't think 1 attack die is going to do much for me. So, so I'm rolling those 3 dice. I get 2 shields and I bones because of course I did. I'm going to use that bones to gain 2 bones, and then because this is my profession, I get this back. Bones, bones. We go to round 5. The dragon delinquent's rolling 2 attack dice and 1 defense die. This counter is now down to a 1, so that's been proving very well. I never got knocked out, which has been super helpful. It's hard to get knocked out since I was going last every round. But bam, it did it again. It gets a 2 on here. It does 1 damage to me, so this shield comes out. This 2 I'll knock down to a 1. And that's that. The bones tries to weaken me. This is now exhausted, and since it's not my profession, it goes back to Flan. I think that's how it would work. My turn. Ooh. This equipment mod is very strong. Great. I'm rolling 3 dice. I'm rolling one attack die, because that's all I have. I'm rolling this die, and I still have a defense die I can use, because 1 defense die got removed, so I'm rolling that with my 3 decks. Excellent. 2 shield. This goes into my active slot, so that is a absorberator. The next time that I lose hit points, I gain defense after removing the hit points. And I have 1 attack. Maybe I don't want to use this. I'm actually going to do the equipment mod. And I'm going to turn... Yeah, I'm going to do the equipment mod. I'm going to turn this... Oof. We're going to be in fatigue rounds next round. I'm going to turn this into a 2. And this into a... No, but then it's rolling. Then it's just rolling. Not actually doing damage to it. I'm not going to apply the attack die. And I won't do the equipment mod. That doesn't make any sense. I think this will work. Yeah, he's just going to have to die in 2 fatigue rounds. All right, we go to fatigue round 1. Damage. Damage. Dude's attacking me with 2 dice. It bonuses in 1 again, which is absurd. So I put this down to a 1. I did not lose any health, so I don't gain any defense. I'll just knock this off. And this comes off. He's going to die in fatigue rounds. I can't do much at this point except for chill. Although if I just absolutely kill this guy now. But my dex is literally a 1 because I am weakened because I didn't have that thing anymore. So he rolled a 1 bones 3 times in a row. So I am weakened too, so I have 1 dex. I can equipment mod this and kill this dude. Because he said he had 2 shield there. The 1 on me knocked out 1 of my shields. Yeah, so let me do the 1 and the 1. And I'm going to roll with my 1 die. I rolled a 2. Awesome. That shield comes off. He's dead, which is important. Because, again, fatigue rounds are going to really start knocking me out. So, 1 guy is dead. At the end of the round, a new baddie comes into play. It is the Neanderthal. New baddie comes into play below me. He's going to come in. He can only come into lane 1. So he's going to come into the range position at lane 1, and he'll have 3 health. At the end of the round, he's going to lose a health because of fatigue. I lose a health because of fatigue. And the weakened die goes away. All right. So my turn first. And this is great. He only has 2 health. He does not have a shield yet. He comes at the bottom is nice. He does have confuse. My things will be swapped if he attacked me, but I still have the equipment mod, so I will be able to kill him easily. This actually never did a thing. The next time this unit loses hit points. Oh, wait, the absorberator. Oh, so the next time I lost hit points. So effectively, when fatigue happened, this should have exhausted, but it would have come back here, and I would have gained defense. So that's my fault for failing to play that. But so I would have gained 2 defense because of that. So I did lose hit points with fatigue. So technically, that would have exhausted, and I could have re-rolled it. But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to roll these 2 dice. Amazing. We've killed the Neanderthal, and somehow we got there. But woof. My lab rats are hurting. All right. At the end of this battle, so this comes out, this comes down here. This is going to be reset to round 1. At the end of this battle, I'm going to get a loot. My second loot here, Raider Armor. It's heavy, so this will be all my loot. 1s rolled on my defense dice may be upgraded to 2s, and bones can be converted to 1s. And then we have, it's hardened by Dragonfire, heavier than Tantrum's Axe, and stinkier than Gilly's Foot. Boomer's Journal, most excellent. So those are my 2 loots right there. We get 2 training points and another progress point. So that's our 4th progress point. We are going to heal one of these suckers. I think we heal. I can refresh all these guys. Put all this stuff in helixes. We're gonna switch our. We'll start with Flan. Probably makes the most sense. Training point. I'm gonna try to train attack. I bones. This also should be here. Did we never get the level 1 for Gerbil? No, I got the level 2 for that. I will take this out and get the level 3 for blue. Remember, I can turn that. I did when I rolled it up here, it was risky because if I had rolled the malfunction, it would have come off and I would have had to retrain up to it, but it is what it is. Again, you're less likely to malfunction the higher the die. I guess no, a level 1 and level 2 are equally likely to malfunction as 1/3 of the time. But now we have a level 3 that's only going to malfunction 1/6 of the time, but hopefully we'll just get it right to the contraption. You can only have 1 blue die, 1 yellow die, 1 orange die, and then there are contraptions. Contraptions are considered their own profession, so you could have those as well. Contraptions, I'm not sure how helpful I find the contraptions, considering it does mean that, again, you only have 4 dice you can play with at a time, so it's a little bit limiting in that sense. These bones come out, these shields come out. That was crazy trying to find a way to take down the dragon, but alas, it was a dragon. I guess dragons should be somewhat hard to beat. But yeah, I'm very much hurting on health. I have another training point to spend. I'll try to train attack. There we go. We'll take the die here, and that's fine. So again, like, you can kind of choose the active rat, so obviously I would have chosen Helix to try to train instead of trying to choose Gerbil, because Gerbil would have had to roll 2 attack dice, but it is what it is. So after day 4, remember, I've gotten, what did I get? I've gotten 8 training points, and I think I've done this once. So in theory, I have 9 training points here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, Slank's little mining repair is useful. We can do that one more time to get this last die here if we so choose. But yeah, I mean, contraptions are a thing. I mean, the higher level contraptions are interesting. I mean, you get the execute ability, which is just 2 damage, or just dead and fatigue rounds. The untargetable die here is super interesting as well. That proved unnecessary. At some point, you're just a little bit limited. All right, seeing the chat. You could do equipment mod and turn the attack to bones. You could roll your skill dice as well as you had the dex. If you get the bones, you could just get another loot. Oh yeah, skill dice. That's right. For Helix, he's ambidextrous, so I could have always rolled a skill die. It does not cost dex. It does not cost dex. So I was actually underplaying Helix a little bit. I don't think it would have ultimately mattered. Remember, the dragon we had to start weakening him by fatigue. And once he was able to, and we just used his engulf against him, and then obviously we killed the last guy right off the bat. But I might have been able to draw a loot. But right now, I already, again, the heavy counts as 3. This counts as 1. This is probably silly though, because I am never playing dangerous darts if I can help it. We go to day 5. I'm rolling a d8 because there are 7 cards left. Here's the deck. So I rolled a 6. All right, we have a tyrant encounter. The scent of a gearloc. You don't have to be a ranger to sense when you're being followed. When your stomach instinctively clenches and the hair on your ears is at attention, there are probably eyes on you. What can be done? Well, nothing in this case. Too much time will be wasted trying to reveal this pursuer, and yet after a few hours, paranoia starts to set in. It feels like there are more eyes watching with each passing moment. Shadowy figures slip in and out of the trees, always hidden, but there in the corner of your eye. What are they waiting for? All right, another stomach knot. This is becoming all too familiar. Search your active stacks for the first beast-type baddie and place it on the tyrant card that will be added to the tyrant encounter. For a party size of 1 or 2, it's a 1-point baddie. So we're looking for a beast-type baddie. That's scales, that's scales, that's scales, that's bug, that's beast. So he'll be added to the tyrant encounter, and we'll shuffle the rest of these back in. If correct baddies are not found, search the baddies you have already defeated, draw another encounter for today, and reshuffle this card back into your encounter deck. So that could happen multiple times, making the tyrant encounter lots of fun. And scene. All right, so there are only 6 left, so I'm going to roll a d6. It's number 6. It's the other tyrant encounter, and then this will go here. Full moon over Daelore. The full moon shines brightly for a 5th consecutive week, making this a less than ideal time to be hunting a worgen. If the goblin dealer standing before us is to be believed, the moon gives Momish extra strength, so it's best to plan ahead. He tells of a cave near Shalfist and points toward a rival goblin dealer just down the path. Again, it's still day 5. Momish loves goblin meat. Use him to lure Momish into the cave, out of the flight. I'll thank you now. You can thank me later. Nervous chuckles fill the air, while the shifty goblin menacingly sharpens his dagger. We don't make deals with dealers. The dealer is furious with you and calls his manager. Baddie points would be 5, so it's a 5-pointer, and the goblin dealer. Dealers are surprised. Dealers may pay 1 loot to convince the goblin dealer to skip his own turn. Blah. Otherwise, what? We get the goblin dealer in this card. It's heavy loot, but I have to get rid of the raider armor. I don't want to do that. So whatever, we're battling. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to have fun with it. Oh, we're going to get trove loot. Whatever. It's another thing. So I need the goblin dealer. 20-point baddies are fun. Where are you? Goblin dealer. Bribable, mischief, and cunning. So what the heck does that mean? Bribable. Once per opponent unit's turn, a gearloc may discard a loot. Immediately take an extra turn for this unit. Treat it as an ally. Oh, super interesting. Cunning. Opposing units may only target this unit if it is the strongest baddie on the battle mat. That won't be a problem. Mischief 2. That's more of a problem. It's not a... It attacks a... Oh, a 5-pointer comes into play too? Woof. That's insane. So we have 2 5s. We have surprise. He's got 8 health, 1 shield. He can move diagonally. You've got to be kidding. None of this is good. And 2 5-pointers. The other one's like some weird Mulmesh effect, which I think is kind of dumb. It's if Galbadir is in Gillark's loot area, feed the dealer to Mulmesh to lure him out of the moonlight. Mulmesh will then only retreat if at 2 points or fewer instead of 3. Then I'm only getting 1 training point. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. We'll just do it and lose. I don't think I'm winning this battle. So when he comes onto the map, we immediately had a 5-pointer. It is immediate, right? I mean, it's all friggin' random, but baddies. When this baddie enters battle mat, add this many points to the 5. Right. So we have this one, and then when he enters, he adds this one. Cool. So we're gonna have 8 points in lane 1. When he enters the battle map, we had a 5-pointer. It is the owlbear wolf in lane 2. And that's got 6 health. And then we have the sculpted guru who has 6 health in lane 3. All right. We are 1s down the board. So my dex is 3. This is here. Break and decoy 2. The decoy 2 can be super annoying. Woof. Yeah, we can only attack him if he's the strongest, which is a problem. There's just no way I'm doing 8 damage. I could discard the loot to have him attack the owlbear. If he rolls 6, great. Oh. I can break him. Oh, that's super interesting. But then I gotta worry about the owlbear. Woof. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Gearlocs have surprise, so we're first. This is second with a 4. This is a 5. This is a 4. I'm going to use the bribable. Once per an opposing unit's turn. And I assume I could do that before it actually goes. I can discard this loot because I don't want it anyway, to make him take a turn. He can get anywhere in the mat too, so it doesn't make sense to move him. Yeah, he'll stay right there. He can move diagonally. He's got that foot thing. So we're going to have him attack the sculpted guru with 5 attack dice. And so basically, bribable, once we're, let me take an extra turn for this unit, treat it as an ally. Great. Attack the sculpted guru. Now, the decoy could be an issue here, but we'll deal with that if that happens. The break is what I'm digging. And if he kills him, that's not crazy. Then it's Spire, 1, Terrify, Wolf. Yeah, Guru is a problem. For sure. So this is... I discarded the loot to have him take a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, and they're all broken. And I don't have to apply that, so I won't. I don't know why I even rolled that. So 6 damage. He's got no attack stat anymore, but he kills this guy. And decoy, when defeated, place a decoy effective just with a number of hit points. The decoy die is down here. He has 2 hit points. While decoy is a battle mech, gearlocs may not attack baddies. Decoy does not prolong a battle if baddies are defeated. Done. But now he has 0 attack stat. He does have mischief and cunning. So defense dice aren't going to be that useful. But right now, we have to get rid of him. First and foremost, I should have stayed. This one's out. Done. 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 Whew. Yeah, rolling defense dice makes 0 sense. The owlbear will not get to me this turn. So now we're on Flan's turn. She's gonna roll this thing. Well, we're not. There are no negative effects, right? Oh, I guess there's a Terrify die. Well, that doesn't matter. This is out, so Inspire is not going to do anything. Yeah, no bones at all. So like all 5 is and every single one of these dice was used to reduce the hit points of the sculpted guru. So yeah, that's all legit. With my 3 decks and my 3 attack dice, I'm attacking in the decoy. Breaking this dice was so smart. It was amazing. It was lucky. Because we only even drew a 5-pointer because of that. But no, that was a 3rd one off. So that's pretty nuts. All right. We are now attacking. No, that was this came off, right, because this guy came immediately because once he entered the mat. So yeah, that works pretty well. So I'm using these 3 attack dice to just kill the decoy. Rolling defense dice doesn't make much sense to me. I only have 3 decks. He's going to mischief me. Even though he doesn't attack, he's going to try to get near me because he misses me. And I did 2 damage and rolled the bones. So the 2 damage takes care of the decoy, which is awesome. This comes out. And the bones will go here. I will try to get the bog bites because that poison 2 effect could be a lot better. So I will not do the bog bolts. And I can re-roll 1 unused die, which would be helpful. We're good to go. All right. Dingbat's going to come 1, 2. No, he actually would just move 1 because he can move diagonally. And the owlbear is going to go 1-2. Inspire doesn't do anything because there's no one beneath him. We go to round 2. All right, Flan is attacking the owlbear. We're rolling 3 attack dice. If I get 2 bones, it's not the worst. Owlbear has 6 health. We'll see what's up. Again, the Raider armor is not going to do much as long as the Goblin Dealer has Mischief 2 and goes before the owlbear. So rolling these 3 dice. 1 bones. It's fine. I'm going to re-roll the bones die. There you go. So 4 damage to the owlbear. I'm going to use the Bog Bolts, that backup plan. Again, you use once a turn. Poison 1, poison 1. And then we're also going to declare that we are subbing out. He takes a damage because of the poison. Poison die goes away. And 1 damage to the owlbear. Poison die goes away. Moves. It's attacking me with 4 attack dice. And 7,000 damage. So we are knocked out. There's nothing in my active area. There's no bones. But we already declared we were subbing out, so we're good to go. We go to round 3. Yep, sorry, I got disconnected again. Should be back. I'm going to sub him here. I can put him on any gearloc starting position because she was knocked out. So that changes. A tag out can be declared if there is no rat bat on the battle mat due to being KO'd. However, you cannot be declared. However, if an active lab rat is KO'd after a tag out is declared, the tagging in lab rat still joins the battle after the end of the round. Do not remove the KO'd lab rat's any die from the ini meter, as the tagging in lab rat will still retain the same ini. When added to the battle mat, place the lab rat in the gearloc starting position matching its attack form. So he will go right there. This comes here, this comes here, this comes here. And 1, 1, 1, and 1. All right, I have a dex of 3. I'm rolling 2 attack dice to make sure I kill this sucker. I can roll this for no dex because I'm ambidextrous, and I'll try to get some bones on the defense die as well. So ambidextrous is the word I was trying to say there. So I'm rolling 4 dice, even though my dex is only 3, thanks to Madi reminding me about ambidextrous. I can't speak. I'm not even going to try. This will go here inactive. This is a bones, which is perfect. And I do 2 damage, so we kill the owlbear. And we're going to use improvise to turn this into 2 bones. Not going to sub out because there's no point. And now cunning is not going to be a deal because he is in the lead. Do I want to sub out? Not really. I can try to get a loot, which would be helpful. And we have equipment mod, so that's fine. He goes, can't attack. We go to round 4. I'm going to have my dex. I'm rolling 2 attack. So yeah, this is actually pointless. So I should not have kept that because I'm actually seeking bones here. And really nothing else. So 2 attack, 1 defense, and whatever. So 2 damage. No bones. We're done. We go to round 5. Again, he can't attack. He's just standing there. Round 5, same 4 dice. Two damage and a bones. So he's down to 3. I'm going to use my 3 bones to get attack. This is, since I'm proficient in this, I get to keep it. and I get to draw a loot. We have Zelfie Seeds, heal any Gearloc for 2 hit points. What's more rare than free Selfie Seeds? The legendary Selfie Stick, of course. And that's that. We go to round 6, which is fatigue, 1 damage, 1 damage. Rolling these 4 dice. Again, skill dice don't cost me anything. Just need to do 2 more damage. And we bones. Yeah, I'm going to put the bones in. I'm going to use my backup plan to change these to whatever I want. I'm going to change this to a 2 and kill this dude. I don't know how that came together. But it did. That was fun stuff. That was fun, so it was. I don't know. Let's speak a little bit of a Irish. My terrible Irish accent to go along with the terrible other accents I do. Great. So we won. We get a trove loot. Oh, I knew I was getting a trove loot, so I'm going to use this to heal a Gearloc for 2 points. Great. I'll use that. Let's heal Slank up to full, because that's helpful. And then I get a trove loot, which, you know, everyone loves trove loot. And we get 2 training points. And the regular loot, which I can't actually take because I have no room. I definitely got rid of the Raider armor. That's fine. Do not need the stone hammer. So 2 training points. I will train. I think it's time to train some dex because I am hurting for dex. So we're training dex. I'm not even close to attack plus defense plus 1. George would be very upset. We're gonna heal somebody to full. We'll heal Gerbil to full. So she's gonna get up to 4. And then we'll put 1 health underneath Flan. KO'd rats get 1 health in the recovery phase, even if you're recovering another to full. This would go here. We're going to do a lockpicking attempt. So I need a 4 lever. That's nothing. My first lockpicking attempt was a failure, so I get to roll them again. I got a bunch of force and some trip. And again, did not get 4 lever. So the joys of lockpicking are once again a big fat failure. Oh, I should have rolled a defense die for the baddie. Yeah, you are correct. Woof. Right, he couldn't have attacked me, but it would have been hard. Woof. We'll play it out. I got the selfie seeds. I had the mod, so I could have turned that into a 4. He had 7 health because I put the 1 poison on him at some point with Flan. So 7 health, Helix. He had 3 health. We only lost 1 at fatigue. We finally killed that dude in round 4. In round 3. So we are in round 4. 1, 2, 3. She was knocked out in 2. We killed him in 3. Remember, my dex was 1 less. And I did not actually take my other training point. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should be 1 ahead because I use Slank's thing. I will get the consumable because why not? But again, technically I don't have that yet. So I would have rolled these dice. So I've done my upgrade, so I'm just going to pretend everything else is blank. So I have to do a certain number of damage he should have a shield on him. So at some point he would have rolled a shield. He has 1 shield. Great, so these are my 4 dice. I could roll all skill dice, but I obviously don't want to risk losing them for malfunctions. So that would have been 2 damage, so 1 goes away. We might have to sub somebody else in. She only had 1 health. He only had 2. That would have been super bad. No bones. That's the first round. Woof. Yeah, that's the first round. I would have kept... Nah, the mischief is just a mess. Yeah, this doesn't do anything for me. No bones. That would have been round 1. We go to round... He rolls a defense die. He rolls a bone, so that's helpful. We go to round 5. I roll these 4 dice. 2 damage. Again, he bones on his defense die. A bones here. This shield is nothing because he's going to mischief it off of me. He re-rolls his defense die. It's a 2. We go to fatigue rounds. 1 damage, 1 damage. Right, and now I just got to figure out how to survive fatigue. I roll 2 attack and a defense. So remember, he was down here. Selfie seeds would have been at the top. A slake hammer, selfie seeds. I roll 7, 6, 4 fatigue. Right. So then what I could have done is I could have used this bones equipment mod, turn this into 2 2s. That 4 damage takes away that defense die and 2 more health. He rerolls that. It's a 2 shield. The next fatigue round, thing, and I just did not get the selfie seeds to fully heal Slank, is how that would have played out. That's done. And then this would have gone back. Helix is down to 1 health. And what I could have done at that point is I would have not taken the Trove loot because who needs Trove loot? And I would have taken this loot, and then I would have had the selfie seeds to fully heal Slank that way. And Trove loot doesn't happen. Yeah, it definitely changes the math when I have 1 attack. Helix has 1 health, which is fine. I fully healed Gerbil. I fully healed Slank. Let's go a different approach for the next battle. And then this guy is dead. Whoo! Yeah, not bad. It's funny. It's like so easy. Like, oh, everything's broken. They don't do anything. It's like, nope. All right. So then we did our upgrades. So we have no Trove loot. We didn't even try a lockpick attempt. We did our... We gave full health to Gerbil. Flan was knocked out. She gets 1 health back. Helix had 1 health left. We have Slank here with 4 health. We did an upgrade to Dex, and we did an upgrade to the number 3 blue die. So now we have the contraption, which is the blue-purple contraption, which is called the Electro Bladerator, measure once, cut twice. All right, so yeah, easy enough to kind of replay that back. You know, just knowing how many rounds were left. I mean, ultimately, Dude was down to 7 because of the 1 poison. We got him down to 6. Then he bones on the defense. We got him down to 4, which was super helpful. Then we had fatigue round. We got him down to 3. He had a 2. I used the mod to turn my 2 attack dice into 4 damage. That got him down to 1, and then 1 more fatigue round. He died. But again, put Helix, instead of Helix being at 2, he is all the way down at uno. That's Spanish for 1. All right, we have our Raider armor though, so I feel mildly okay about this. We done our upgrades. Again, we took the... I already explained. Now that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That makes sense. Again, we had 2 training points every day, and then the extra 1 when I use the minor repair, which I can now do again to see what die we want to get. Helix's die in theory is good, but the Mischief 2 made that like a non-starter. We do get another progress point, so we're up to 5. We're going into day 6. Remember that we have 1 timer encounter left, but that's the one that keeps coming back, which will add more to the timer encounter. I rolled a 2. We have Trust Your Gut. This is one of the OGs. Rarely do I second guess my gut, but today might be the day. An inevitable battle awaits me up ahead, but there are 2 distinctly different camps blocking the way. The first appears to be filled with swarms of underlings and new recruits. The second camp, though less populous, only contains burly and battle-tested foes. While I enjoy hacking and slashing my way through countless E-bond as much as the next gearloc, at some point I will run out of steam. My gut says to second guess my gut, but my gut is also very hungry, and now my head also hurts. Battle or battle? So baddie points -1, which will give you 1 5.0. Baddie points, 1 point baddies only. For the first 3 rounds of battle, any baddies are defeated. They're added to the bottom of the battle queue. No thanks. Or I've got some speed, time for some kiting. 2 5-point melee baddies. For this battle, you may move up to 3 positions. Ignore dex at the end of your turn. Most excellent. Try to get some bleed on there. I think it's time for a gerbil, kids. So 2 5-point baddies. First one, is the worst. Stout, so he can only die from fatigue. And thick skin 1, plus he's rolling 3. And I did announce Durable was going first, didn't I? That's bad. That's really bad. All right, Stout is probably the worst baddie I wanted to see right now. That's going to go into a range position, 3 attack, thick skin. I can try to make it to bleed, but whatever. And then a dire wolf, which again, we can kite him a little bit, but he has 6 health. Last back 2, which isn't great. Handy could be helpful. De-escalate, heavy armor. The last back 2 is no bueno. But this will go here. This will go here, here, and here. It's 4, 3, 4. So we're first, round 1. Five dex. 3 attack. Move 3 at the end of the round. Takes 2, gets attacked for 3. Woof. What is this? All right, we're going here. We might declare that we need to get out. We'll see. We'll have to use this raider armor. I can automatically get to fatigue rounds, which could be good to kill the sonar troll. So at 5 dex, I have 3 attacks dice, 1 defense die, and then this die. There's a chance I kill the dire wolf. It'd be super lucky. If I can get 6 damage, I would be very happy. So, bam. Well, not 6 damage. All right. We're going to get 1 shield, which I can turn into a 2 because of Raider armor. We have this die. Does that exhaust? Contraptions. I'm assuming contraptions are not part of their color. So that's just a thing. So I think this is now exhausted. I don't think there's a way around that. We have this swipe left. I deal 1 true damage to an adjacent baddie. And I do 2 damage because of execute. And I do 2 more damage because of my 2 attack dice. So we did 5 damage instead of 6. I needed one of those to be a 2. I do have the blows lashback 2. I can take this out. And then I can move 3. Without it costing dex at the end of my turn. So 1, 2, 3. And we will have to declare that she's leaving. These go here. Yeah, I think contraption is just exhaust. I don't see how they wouldn't. All right, so that's done. The dire wolf's gonna go 1, 2, and the sonar troll is attacking for 3. And rolls 4, so Gerbil is KO'd. Of course she is. So no health, KO'd, out, done. Go to the next round. Slink is coming in. Because he's the only one with any real health left. We can put him anywhere that matches his attack form. And we have 5 decks. We're going to roll 2 defense dice, 2 attack dice, and I could roll. Yeah, I'll roll Helix's die. This might indeed exhaust, but I'm not that upset about it if it does. We'll just get some other things. No, I ignore malfunctions because I'm a grease monkey. So never mind. So malfunction will not be a thing here, which is helpful. I have 5 dice. So we got 2 bones. This will become a 2. This will become a 1, thanks to the Raider armor. I'll keep the 1 bones because I don't want to deal with the malfunction thing at all. I do 2 damage, which kills the dire wolf. Since he was killed, he does not lash back. And then I can move 3 at the end of my turn. I'll move here. And that's done. Sonar Troll's attacking me with 3 dice. Oh, he's got thick skin 1. Of course he does. He does 2 damage. I just lose this. Yeah, I'll just lose one of these shields. We go to round 3. Slank is going to roll 2 attack dice, take this out to roll 2 defense dice. And that's all we got. There's nothing else that matters. We definitely need to get through the thick skin. And then when we can kill it, we'll just advance the sucker right to fatigue rounds. So 2 damage, thick skin, so only 1 damage. And then Raider Armor can turn these both into a 2. So 2 and 2. Sonar Troll attacks. It does 3 damage. This goes down to a 1. This comes out. We go to round 4. Skipping to fatigue rounds might not be necessary. Round 4, 2 attack, taking this out, 2 defense. So 3. So thick skin absorbs the first one. These can both become 2s. I'm just going to use this bones to get a level 1 skill. We'll get the purple. Yeah, we'll get the purple since we never got that. Oh, that's a level 2. Sorry about that. That's level 1. The Sonar Troll is attacking with 3 attack dice. It does 4 damage. Both of these come out. We go to round 5, attacking with 2 attack, 2 defense. It can't kill the Sonar Troll until fatigue, but fatigue is next round. Woof. So just that bones becomes a 1. Ooh, never mind. I have 3 bones. I'm going to use that to place a stun effect on a 5-point baddie. That's even better. So he's staying stars. On his turn, the stun effect comes off. Fatigue rounds. 1 damage, 1 true damage. Sonar Troll, last health was taken away by fatigue. Excellent. All right. Recovery. Gerbil's going to get 1 health. I'm going to fully heal somebody. I will fully heal Flan. Get her back to 4. I get a loot for everybody. It's a stone hammer. That's fairly useless. Again, everybody, I am 1 gearloc, and I get 2 training points. I think we should get a health. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Does the health. The rest and recovery. What's the order of operations? I would have had to get the training point first. So I think she just gets the 1 because of the training point and does not get the additional 1 since she was knocked out during the recovery option, but someone can correct me on that if that's wrong. And I'm going to take a skill. Let's get up to level, this gray dies here. Let's get to level 2 of the purple skill. I've not used Helix's skill to any real effect, which is interesting. But the fact that I could always roll skill dice for free, it kind of makes sense to have the orange die. just like you're very limited with only a 4 thing met. So it's like I like the puzzle of the lab rats. I don't love them fully. All right. So that's 6 training points. In theory, we could go ahead with this. We're gonna go to day 7. I want more training points. I think. Am I trying to get the other contraption? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. He ignores malfunction, so it makes sense not to get the blue die. I can roll anything for him. And I do want to get all my lab rats full health before we face Mulmesh. Mulmesh also gives us some problems. I need to get this attack stat up for sure. Now, these dice only go up to 3 with the lab rats, so that's also a thing to remember. So it's not like I can do too much more stat building here. I remember every time I get 2 training points, I always spend 1 on there, and I spend 1 on skills. So it's just like something I force myself to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is right because I used minor repair twice. I rolled a 3. It's another base game thing. Pedro, what's up? A bit of a question. Do you use Tesla enemies in regular conquest? I find them kind of horrible. What's up, Pedro? Yeah, I'm happy to talk about Maze Knight real quick. I do not. I don't find them. I don't know how you mean horrible. I mean, do you mean like not fun to play, or do you mean like brutal? Like, did they make the game a lot harder? I think they changed the balancing. You have to do one of 2 things. You have to learn how to use. If you use the faction tokens, you have to learn how to make sure you're using them for influence and fame during interaction to really balance out the lack of fame that you get when you kill them, or you just add +1 fame to all of them. I just find they change the balance. I think thematically they get weird. You know, it's like, oh, I have a zombie. You know, I like keeping the Tesla scenarios a little bit more special. But that's like a personal thing. Like I know there's people like some of my subscribers that swear by throwing in the Tesla enemies at all times, and I think that's fine too. It's really a matter of personal preference. I don't. I mean, you will only see Tesla enemies in Tesla scenarios for me, and I like the idea like this is the Dark Crusader faction, right? This is the other faction. At the other point, I mean, look, you're facing werewolves and Medusa and like all these other random enemies anyway. So like, so I think for me, I just like keeping it separate. I mean, you could thematically like, well, thematically, Maze Knight becomes kind of a mess anyway. I mean, you're not really you're playing with Maze Knight for the mechanics more than you're playing for the story it tells, right? So you know, whatever you find better, but I do find the Tesla enemies are just balanced differently in a way that I prefer not to use them in non-Tesla scenarios. All right, day 7. What goes around? How unusual. Up ahead, I can make out a group of raiders robbing a lone Molnar trader. Molnar always have amazing goods, usually belonging to others. The original owners of these goods are typically the ones who need rescuing. Seems the boot is on the other foot for a change. Helping a black market trader seems wrong, but I also despise raiders. I could let the dust settle before picking up my stragglers, maximizing my spoils, and yet it would be nice to have a Molnar owing me for a change. Ugh. Yeah, I don't really care about helping the Molnar right now. So I'm not saving this Molnar. Day 7, Wolf. All right, so they're going to deal with the Molnar, then attack. We're doing option 1. I really just don't. I couldn't care. You have to survive keep the trader alive, and now like I'm hurting a little bit. So batting points is 7. So the problem with this many rats that you're always healing is that I'm not scouting at all, and it's scouting can be really important. We're adding another 5, so we get 2 5s and 2 2s. All baddies start with 2 fewer hit points. So we have a feathered dragon who comes in with 5 health instead of 7. And he's here. Oh, who am I starting with? Wolf. Flan. Gonna have a breakfast, Flan. That's a story. That's a weird song that I don't know why this came into my head. Another stout dude. So it's a aggressive geophage. He'll go there. We have, please have 2 health points or less. Yep, dead. So that was a dragon whelp. He had 22 health, and a direwolf is gonna come into lane. Well, that's interesting. He started with 2 fewer. He would have been lane 3. I mean, you could argue that this should go to lane 3 instead. That's fine. We'll do that. He comes into lane 3. Again, never fully explained. Stout treasure, thick skin. So that's a thing. Obviously, the dragon delinquent is super annoying. So 5 any for lane 1. That is the feathered dragon. Sometimes it's hard to find the 5. We have 3 for the dire wolf pup, and 3 for the aggressive geophage. That's how he talks. All right, my innie, please roll a 5 and a 4. It's like a 5. It's just a lot different, and yeah, yikes. That's a big difference, man. That's a very big difference how this is going to play out. I mean, in theory, like, I don't have that much health. Like, this could absolutely KO me on round number 1, which is super fun. All right, 3 attack, 2 defense. Ah, this totally changes this. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, jeez. I'm starting with Flan, so move all these over here. Okay. Excellent. All right, don't kill me. 3 damage. Weaken 1. So I have 1 less dex. And daze, which means I can't move. Correct. 2 shield. And that's that. Oh, it's gross. These dragons are really bad for the rats. Yeah, I really needed him to be behind me. Flan's gonna go. This guy's not reaching me. This guy is. But I'd have to say I'm tapping out because I don't really have a choice here. We're not adjacent, so I can't use that. So that's a thing. So I'm going to use my 3 attack dice. My dex is a 4. It's actually a 3. Woof. That weaken 1 is brutal. Alright, I'm going to roll. This is so bad, dude. So bad. I'm going to roll this and my flan die. I'm going to roll 1 defense. 1 attack. Let's get that shield down to 1. I mean, realistically, can't do much damage to that sucker right now. And then I will roll my flan die. Bones. I'll keep the bones. I can heal a gearloc 3. I will use that. It goes back here, and I'm going to heal Helix 3. Because I think he's coming on next. So 1 damage. I'm going to take this down to a 1. Heal a gearloc. Could just a gerbil. Yeah, I can't be dazed. At some point, I need to start moving. All right, I'm going to use this bones to put 2 poison dice out. We're going to put a poison die here and a poison die here. So that's my backup plan. It's the bog bolts. And that's fine. This comes off. This comes off. It is the aggressive geophage's turn. He goes there. It's the direwolf pup's turn. Direwolf pup is dead. We're declaring that we're coming out, obviously, because that would be super dead otherwise. And that's a problem. All right, round 2. He's got, what, 6? He's now down to... He should have had 7. Oh, great. He's going to be down to 4. I'm tagging out. All these things move over to Helix. Yeah, we'll try to get that in play, I think. All right, poison 1 gets the dragon down to 4. Dragon's attacking with, it's rolling 1 defense die and 3 attack dice. Oh, dude. Again, I keep forgetting it's rolling 3. It's vicious. All right. 3 damage. And the bones, which dazes me, because of course it does. And we get the weaken 1. This is rough. The daze and the confused symbols. No, the daze symbol is the other thing. I was using the confused symbol. See, I'm confused. I'm dazed and confused, apparently. Done. Oh, he had to come in here. So he's going to be tagging out. He can't move, which is super awesome. He's going to roll Flan's die, this die. My dex is a 4. It's actually a 3 and 1 defense die. Yikes. We malfunctioned on Flan's die. We have a bones on this die. Oh, what a garbage roll. And I can make this into 2. That was a horrendous, 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 horrendous roll. So that will indeed exhaust. And that's actually going to go back into the supply, which is really bad. And I'm absolutely in no man's land over here, which is pretty gross. Yeah, it's a horrible roll. That could work. So I'm going to actually use this backup plan. This die goes back onto the tray because it wasn't Flan's specialty. It was a Flan die, and it's not my specialty. And it was a malfunction. And I'm putting in 2 more to get that up to 3. I'm no longer dazed. I'm no longer weakened. This guy's going to come in here. He's rolling 2. Oh, he should have rolled a defense die last time. Should have learned my lesson by now. He's attacking me with 2 dice. He does 3 damage. Holy crapola. That and 1. And again, he was tagging out. We go to round 3. I'm just going to be so weak by this finale, man. Yeah, we could easily die here. So Slank's coming in. Oh, he still has 1 health. These dice transfer over, as do these bones. Slank's coming in. 3 attack, 1 defense. I think this is gonna be it. Ooh, 3 damage. Slank's got 1 health left. Oh man, it freaking bones again. Ah, so I'm dazed again. And like again, I was trying to use Flan's die to get. Yeah, that's horrendous. The fact that he keeps bonesing, he keeps dazing me, which means I was gonna try to go there and just like stun him because I have those 3 bones. Like, oh, I could do that anyway. Great, I don't have to be adjacent. All right, weaken 1 and dazed. This is nuts, man. I'm gonna roll. I have 5 dice. I'm gonna roll. Well, I have 5 decks. So I can roll 4 dice. 2 attack, 2 defend. I have 1 health left. I mean, this guy is, well, I might as well be attacking him anyway because he's adjacent to me. Woof. Bunch of bones. I'm going to turn this into a 1, this 1 into a 2 thanks to Raider armor. I'm going to take these out. Does this exhaust now? You know, I should have used that. Oh, I have to use left to right. I have to use left to right. Woof. No. Did I roll that with him? Oh, and I could have rolled unlimited. I did roll that with him. I would have put this on the left, so that would have come back. So this would still be in play in theory. And I could have just had Flan's die at the most left. No, I could have his die at the most left, and I use Flan's die now. Flan's die comes out now, so I should have done it in that order. So Flan's die came out with those 2 dice. I'm going to put a stun effect on this dude, so he just won't act next turn, and that's super important. And holy crap! All right, this guy attacks me with 2 attack dice. I did not apply any damage to him because why would I have? 2 attack dice. He rolls a 2. I'll take this out. And we go to the next round. Round 4. Stun effect comes off. I have 5 decks. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. I have 2 more decks. Probably should save that for fatigue just to wipe this guy out. I ignore. This die has been useless all game, man. All game. Yeah, I need more shield. Yeah, this is really falling apart. He's still got 4 friggin' health. Woo! I mean, the difference between me rolling a 5 in that first round and rolling a 4 could not be overstated. It was a pretty, very much changed how this whole thing is played out. Because if Flan's attacking when he doesn't have any shield and she's not weakened, it's like a very, very different game. But here we are. Oh, that's interesting. I think we have to roll this and an attack die and declare that I'm going to be switching. Oh, I'm not weakened or that anymore. So you have to roll a contraption, and but in fatigue we're super dead. With it doesn't matter. I can't get health back. I literally can't get health back. Yeah, I'm super toast my ghost. Because he can only die because of stout. So yeah, this is a waste of time. Booyah! Oh, infinite 1 true damage, and we have a thing which I can use to get a level 1 die. I will get my level 1 die, or Slank's level 1 die. That's fine. He comes up, he's gonna kill me, and no one was officially knocked out, which is crazy, but he's rolling 2 attack dice. This comes off, still not knocked out. Round 5. Beginning of the turn, we lose a health because of the Electro Gladiator. Applied to adjacent baddie, start of each round, baddie takes 1 true damage, and this counter is reduced by 1. Oh, it's counter, but it's infinite, so it's going to be on there forever. So he takes 1 true damage, and then he's going to kill Slank. Because I can't do anything about it. Slank is super dead and dazed and weakened. Knocked out. We lose. That's not the good. All right, 2 5-point baddies go away. Yeah, that's so impossible, man. Yeah, I don't see how that would have worked. All right, done. Recovery options we still get. We'll get Slank back to full, which is going to give him 5 health. Oh, he's the one who got knocked out. Is no. If he had 1 health, yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll just get him back to full. We're just, yeah, I would like just like an easy round where I could just like heal up, but I'm just not getting it. So we are on day 8. We have to attack next round. There are 4 cards left. I'm going to roll a d6. These can come off. Yeah, I think we're going to get smushed by Mulmesh. I really don't think we have much of a chance. This die is still in play. These health chips can come over here. These can go back over here. So D6. I don't like our chances, kids. 3. Here we go. 40 days. Perilous pokers. The roadside tavern reeks of filth, crime, and the worst kind of unsavory creatures. Travel in this region is slow and the road perilous, so taverns such as these offer a stiff drink and a friendly game of dangerous darts. Dear God. Oh, man. The place is calling Mulder tonight, and as usual, they're not playing fair, just the same. I'm the only sober creature in the room, and I haven't lost a game yet. The inebriated fellow across from me has had enough, and I spot him coating his darts with a fatal venom harvested somewhere deep in the south. I'm not going to wait to let it jellify my internal organs. His fellow traders will surely revolt, but I've got a full stack of darts sitting right here in front of me. Let's get dangerous. The second I drop this guy, I'll be playing really dangerous darts with an entire tavern full of Molnar. Sounds like fun. Battle queue is baddie points. It is day 8, so we get a level 5 and 3 level 1s. Yup, that's fine. Oh, add 10 points. Slank's gonna have to start this sucker. We start with 10 buff HP. And as a separate roll of each of your turn, does not protect. You may roll and apply to any units. So it says about 3 dangerous dice. So your choice. Great. We'll have the 2 effect dice and an attack die. And we have the 10 buff HP. We added 10 points, so we're going to have 2 5s on top. Apply weaken to a bad and always affects attack stat. Bones rolled in dangerous dart can only be used for dangerous darts. Most excellent. Alright, here we go. So we have a bunch of baddies coming in. In lane 1, we have a Hardy, Inspire, Cobalt Fanatic. So that's gross. He's got 6 health. And his any die is a 3. I'll roll my any die now before I forget. It's a 4, because I am allergic to rolling 5s. This is a 1. This is my last chance to get Dex, and I can only get 1 Dex, so that's unfortunate. Definitely feeling underpowered. Woof. He's there. We're going to have another 5-pointer come in. Oh, it's a Manticore. Ooh, that's all sorts of specials. 6 health. I lost the die that let me potentially get rid of poison, so that's a problem. We have a 3 on him. He's going to be inspired now too. That's a really bad combo. And we have the Bog Deserter, Secrete 2. Secrete 2 is when attacked by an adjacent opposing unit, place a number on that unit. Even if defeated, Wolf. Poison is gross, and the poison 1 if he attacks you. So if I attack him and then he attacks me after that, it'll just be a poison 1 because they will replace each other. This is lane 3. This is 6 health. There's the lane 3 lane marker. I could put this die away because I know I'm already up to 6. Lane 4, we have the Bog Ribbits. So all these suckers are 3. Look at that. 3 health up here. So poison is less of a problem now because I'm just getting poisoned 1. So I will leave the Manticore for a while. I'm definitely getting poisoned 1 though, for sure. Again, we have this buff HP. That does not take true damage. That takes damage you get after armor is applied. And we'll have this dangerous dart stuff, which yeah, Hardy is gross. Inspire. I think I have to keep attacking him. Wolf. Yeah, he's got to go away. I can use a dangerous darts on other people. But to attack, I have to be adjacent to something. Yikes. Yeah, I can keep doing dangerous darts on that. I hope I get poison on it. That's fine. I'll just start there. I am first. I have a dex of 5. I'm going to roll my die, the special die, 2 defense, and 1 attack. I'm attacking the Bog Deserter. Ooh. This is a bones. I don't want to use that. I'm going to put that back here. I do 1 damage. He does infinite damage to himself. He's going to take 1 damage at the beginning of every round. That's fine. And then 2 shields become 4 shield. And this goes there. Between my shield and my buff HP, it's gonna, again, the poison's gonna be the big thing. That's gonna be a problem. And that's good. I'm also doing dangerous darts, against the fanatic. Great. 1 damage, that's on my turn. Poison 2. And weaken 2. Most excellent, so its attack stat is reduced by 2. We are going to go to the next turn, which is the Cobalt Fanatic. It's going to move. It takes 1 damage on this turn instead of 2, because again, it has Hardy. The poison 2 tricks down to a poison 1. It is now going to attack. It would normally attack with 3, however, it only attacks with a 1 now. These can go back to my Dangerous Dart collection. 1 attack, it boneses. And now it inspires, and inspires the Manticore. The Manticore would attack me with 0. It doesn't have any loss. If it had any health loss, it would attack me with 2 because of rage. But now it attacks me with 1. It also puts a poison 2 effect on me. The roll, 1 damage. I'll take this off my defense. So this goes down to a 1. We get attacked here. Oh, this guy would have put a poison 2 on me with Secrete. And now it attacks me. It's going to be a poison 1 now. The poison 1 because of poison 2. That's at the beginning of the round. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. It's attacking me with 2 dice. 2 damage. This comes out. And then we go here. Poison 1. I'm already poisoned. We go to round 2. Beginning of the round, this sucker loses the health. My turn. I lose a health. It is true damage. My shield does nothing for that. At some point, I need to get rid of that dude. I'm going to roll my die. I ignore malfunctions. I can roll this die. That could be helpful. I'm going to roll, take this out, roll 2 shields. I have 1 more dex. Yeah, this die has just been really used. I'm not using it well. Not using the Helix die well at all. Bam! Oh, so many bones. So many bones. I'm not going to use this one because I don't want to lose it. This is just really bad. Bones, bones, bones is my own die, so I get this back. I will put a stun effect on... I might not have enough dice. Yeah, I put a stun effect on this guy, but so I'll do that later. And then I do 1 damage, and then secrete 2. Means my poison 1 goes to a poison. Well, the poison 1 would have been off. Now I get a poison 2. That's fine. I'm going to roll. These 2 dice, I'm going to roll that against the Kobold Fanatic. Again, I'm going to leave the 1 poison on there because I like it. Awesome. I do 1 damage to Kobold Fanatic, and I stun that dude as well. And that's fine. Remember, he's also stunned. In like combining everything, I got rid of some of my status dice. The Kobold Fanatic goes, that means Inspire won't even trigger because he's totally stunned. He will take 1 damage because of the poison. And this poison die comes off. We have a stun effect die over here. And that was thanks to my backup plan. Inspire doesn't trigger, so the Manticore just gives me a poison 2, which I already have. This guy's going to go. He's stunned, so nothing happens there. And then the Bog Ribbits are going to give me a poison 1. We go to round 3. Beginning of the round, he loses the health. I lose the health because of true damage. We go to the roll. I will roll this. No, I'm just gonna try to. No, he's just gonna die. All right, I'll roll gerbils die because if I can get moved out of here, it makes some sense. Although it would exhaust me. I'm gonna roll 2 attack and 2 defense. Awesome. I'm going to ignore this die. 2 damage. I kill this guy. This guy is exhausted. He's gonna. I'm pretty sure contraptions just have to be exhausted. Out. So now we have a level 1 coming in next turn. This should be back in here. And he's defeated. Alright, I am attacking. Oh, I rolled 2. Those are both 1s. I can make them both 2s thanks to Raider Armor. And now we're doing our dangerous darts. This die should have come off. He was stunned last turn. I'm going to dangerous darts against the Cobalt Fanatic again. There we go. 1 damage and a poison. Got 2 poisons, but that's fine. The 1 poison is sufficient. I attacked that dude even though he died. I do get a poison too. Cobalt Tracker goes. He dies beginning of his turn, so Inspire doesn't even trigger. Pretty sure that's accurate. I need an attack die here for my dangerous darts dice. The Manticore, poison 2. Ribbit, poison 1. We go to round 4. End of round 3. Another baddie comes into play. It is the Cobalt Green Thumb. He is hardy. He's going to be in a melee position in lane 1 with 3 health. In lane 3, I'm sorry, because that was the first open lane. And then we got the Dragon Hatchling. He goes into the melee the range position in lane 1. They both come in at the bottom of the inning meter because they are 1-point baddies. Whew. Alright, I lose a health. So that's super annoying. Oh man, I'm so low on health. It's going to be really hard to do this finale being this low on health for all my friggin' gearlocs. Or lab rats. The hardy is just like so annoying. Alright, I have 5 decks. 1, 2. This comes over. 1, 2. We have so much buff HP. I have 3 more decks. I will... Yeah, I gotta start thinning the field, and then my gerbil's got like no health, dude. I'm gonna roll 2. We're gonna go against this guy. 1 attack die. This is non-adjacent, which is fine. And I'll roll this anyway. 1, 2. All right, I'll roll 2 attack dice, and I'll roll the blue die. I'm going to attack the Cobalt Green Thumb. So he would lose a health at the beginning of his next turn, and then that would come back to me because it does not exhaust. And the 2 damage becomes 1. I have the Dangerous Darts roll. I'm going to apply this to the bug. Oh, I don't want to kill them. I really don't want to kill him. Rage 2 is annoying, but that's fine. We'll start trying to get the Manticore down to size. So Poison 2 onto the Manticore, and 2 damage, so Rage is going to start triggering, but I have enough shield and buff HP that should not be a concern. Alright, the Manticore is going to give me a Poison 2. It's attacking me with 2 dice. 3 damage, down to 1 shield in front of me. The Bog Ribbits makes this a Poison 1. The Cobalt Green Thumb is going to attack me with 1 attack die. Boneses. And then the Dragon Hatchling attacks me with 1 attack die. It does 1 damage to me. My last shield comes off, and then Engulf is also 1 damage to the Green Thumb. So he's going to die his next turn. We go to round 5. Woof. I have so little health. I take a damage, true damage because of the poison. Beginning of the round, he dies. This comes back to me because it is my own skill of my profession. 3's out, 3's out. 1 goes there. On his turn, he would have taken 2 damage because of the poison, so he's down to 1. I forgot to do that. And woof. Oh, and then Engulf, he would have done 1 damage to himself because of Engulf. I have all this buff HP, but it doesn't matter if I'm just getting dinged by poison every friggin' round. I'm gonna have no health. No. Alright. And the poison, unless I'm knocked out, the poison, if I'm knocked out of fatigue, so I have to declare, right, I'm going to be knocked out for fatigue, so I have to declare out at the end of this round. So poison 1 will transfer. Oh man, that's brutal. So I have to get this set up. They all die at the beginning of their turn from fatigue. He'll die from fatigue for sure. Yeah. All right. We're dangerous darting that dude. I'm going to move 2. We're going to attack. I have 2 attack dice and a defense die against the Bog Ribbits. 2 damage, or 2 attack die on my special die. This is a bones, which does nothing for me. I won't use it. This is out. Who has heal? 2 damage, transfer. No one has heal the other lab rats as a. I don't think that's ever happened, but when a baddie dies, I get the bones. Yeah, I don't think that's happened. That would have been helpful. Yeah, there's like no one has heal as like a backup plan. So 2 damage and a bones. He's just gonna die from fatigue. The end of my turn, I'm saying I'm getting out of here, but also I'm going to do dangerous darts against the dragon hatchling. Great. We stun, we do 1 damage, we do poison 2. Alright. The Manticore's turn. Manticore takes a damage because of the poison. It's rolling 2 dice against me. Does 2 damage, comes off my buff HP. And then the bog ribbits put a poison and a poison 2 on me. The bog ribbits make that a poison 1. And this dragon hatchling dies because of poison. Alright, end of the round. I'm subbed out for Flan. The poison 1 transfers onto me, apparently. We go to fatigue rounds. 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Flan's still alive. Poison never triggers because her turn never gets up. The game ends immediately as soon as all baddies are killed. And I am entering into the tyrant battle with 0 health on any of my lab rats. All this buff HP is wasted. Like I literally have 1 health on all of my lab rats. Like that is not a recipe for success. And I don't even have the number 1 die for the Ebonologist, so I just don't see how this comes together. But, you know, it is what it is. We get 3 loot. Hopefully it's a bunch of health. So Stonehammer's out. This comes in. It's a red. Ignore a thing in a training attempt. Nope. Next loot. Reinforced buckler. That's heavy. That's probably better than radar armor. Add defense die. This is not restricted. Sure, we'll take the reinforced buckler, and we get this. Spiritual Ebon on a baddie's turn prevents the application of 1 effect to your gearloc. I get 1 training point. We have to take health. There's really no way around that because I am super struggling. That goes away. So 2, 2, 2, 2, and I will fully heal Wolf. I don't even have that die anymore. I'll heal any inactive, like the full. There you go. I'll fully heal the gerbil and try to heal somebody else up. So she's going to be at 6. So she's the one who has the heal effect on her innate. She's going to have to start the next round. We get this contraption back. We're going to shift everything over up to her. 3, 2, 1, 1. This is out. All right, round 9. It is what it is. Let's take on Mulmesh in all of his glory. Mulmesh comes in with 8 health. And let's see what this tyrant encounter is all about. Modis, I gotta go. Good luck. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Alright, Midnight Warfare. Baddie points, party of 1 ignores this. That's the battle queue. All baddies on this card are placed on top of the battle queue. So we have a Blind Strike 1, Inspire, an Owl, Bear Cub. So that's going to be in lane. It goes on top of the battle queue. So that's going to be in lane 1. And Mulmesh is seriously going to get inspired. No, Mulmesh is ahead of him. Mulmesh is in lane 2, but it's a 6. All right, lane 2, melee, lane 1. melee. And I'll roll. Give me a 5. There we go. I'm in front of that dude. Which makes me a little happy. That. Alright, Frenzy 2. If any number of Momish attack dice hit, no bones, you roll the attack dice again. Momish does have diagonal movement, so you can't really hide from him. You add total damage to both rolls. If Momish starts his turn, both rolls. Momish starts his turn at 3 hit points or fewer. He's moved for the battle mat and goes to the top of the battle queue. Momish hit points is restored once he returns to battle. Momish can only be targeted by adjacent units. Shrouded. Momish cannot take damage from attack dice until his next turn. Silver Hide and How all units friendly to Momish immediately improve 1 spot. And the meter cannot go higher than Momish, so we'll see what we roll this very first turn. But I think if we go here, woof, I mean, this could be super ugly, but oh, man. Spear's E-Bomb was not what I needed. I needed health. I needed health. I tell you, I needed health. So at some point we need to get 3 damage off of him at once. And that's gonna be a nightmare. We also have this owl bear cub. It's a level 1. Oh, it's got 3 health, not 5. I was gonna say that's a crazy thing. Sure. So I'm gonna go there, and you'll see why in a second. Momish is gonna go. Hopefully he bones us on his attack. He's also rolling his tyrant die, and we'll see. Bones! Yeah, bones for sure. All right, cool. So 1 damage to the gerbil. She's my favorite. And then he bones it. Since he bones, he does not roll again, so that's swingy as hell. And Howl. And then Silverhide cannot take damage from attack dice until his next turn, so he cannot take damage from attack dice only. He can take damage from other sources, and that's fantastic. All right, my turn. Woof. This is not an attack die. Oh, but I can't even use this on Momesh. Wow. It's a 5-point or less baddie. I'd have to roll this, or that adds to attack dice. That's super annoying. All right, we're going to roll 1 defense die. We get an extra defense die with a reinforced buckler. It does not cost dex. What is else? I would definitely like bones. I'm going to roll that. I'm going to roll that just in case we get super lucky. I can't, he can't take damage from attack dice, but I can roll attack dice. It doesn't say he can't be targeted. So I have 5 decks. I'm adding an extra one for reinforced bucklers. So these are my 6 dice. I would like 2 or 3 bones. And, well, 2 bones. This is useless. We're putting this back here. This is a bones. And I can use the bones to put it back here because it's part of my profession. We get 2 shield. And then I'm going to put the bones in, and then I'm going to take the 2 bones out to add a bleed effect die to an adjacent baddie. Molmesh, you're bleeding. Sorry, dude. These 2 attack dice are useless because he can't suffer damage from attack dice because I rolled Silver Hide. And I think that will work. All right. Blind Strike 1. What is Blind Strike? We go to Battle Reference to start a turn. This unit deals damage to the strongest adjacent unit. That is obviously Mulmesh. So Mulmesh is down to 7. And then it's going to move as if it's going to attack, but it doesn't actually attack. And Inspire 1 falls flat because there's nothing below it. We go to round 2. Mulmesh is going to take a damage because of the bleed, down to 6. Again, we have to keep very careful track of this. It's going to roll Silver Hide. Oh, man. It's going to roll its Tyrant die. It's going to roll 2 attack dice against Gerbil. Since it did not bones, it rolls those again. It does 4 damage total. The 2 comes out. 2 more comes out. It rolls Silver Hide. It cannot take damage again from attack dice. This would go here. If it rolled the other one, all units friendly this would have moved up and then immediately gone. But alas, that is not what happened. So it is my turn. Oh, man. If I kill that, I get a bones. So I'm going to roll. We're going to attack this dude. And that could be an adjacent baddie. Excellent. I'm going to roll the contraption. I'm going to roll 1 defense die, another defense die, and 3 attack dice. Do I want to roll my die? No. Yeah, we'll roll my die. Because... no, it's kind of dumb. We'll just roll 3 attack dice. Alright. Now I'm more likely to get a bones that way. That's why I do that. If I get 3 bones, I could heal someone to full. That would not be awful. Alright, this is useless. Well, I guess I could apply it to him, but what's the point? Oh, he's only got 3 health. That's the point. But I don't want to exhaust that. Yikes. Alright, great. So we have 2 damage to him plus this 1. It adds number of damage to a successfully rolled attack die, so that's 3 damage total. This guy's dead, which gives me an auto bones because of surgical. And we only have 1 defense, which is super dangerous. But this guy is out. Ah, man. Maybe I should have kept the Raider armor? Yeah, I'm just going to not live. Yeah, I can't even declare. Subbing out doesn't do anything for me. I could do 1 true damage. This comes back because it's my profession. I mean, I just need hit the bones on his attack. This is really all I can do. This dude's done. I will swipe left. So swipe left is like, you hate them, you do damage. Swipe right, it's like, oh, I love you, here's all the health. So thematically, I think that's funny, but we got some problems. For sure. Yeah, it's an argument, Raider armor, reinforced buckler. I just think the extra bones, I mean, it's been really helpful. I just was 1 bones away from doing something useful. We go to round 3, probably going to die. Bleed effect, so Mulmesh is down to 4. He's attacking me with his 2 attack dice. He's re-rolling this I need him to bones. Oh, double bones, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Hal, all units friendly. There are none. And he does no damage to me. So we actually have a small little opening. So it's round. Gerbil is going to roll her die. This die. Oh, is that a non? No, it's not non-adjacent. Yeah, so that's her die. Is super cool. Non-adjacent is the bladerator stuff. So she's rolling these two dice. We're not even rolling defense dice. We'll get the 1 because of reinforced buckler. And again, you can ignore your defense stat. So again, normally I only have 1 defense stat. That essentially gives me a second one, so I can roll. I'm not restricted by dex. I mean, I could in theory fill that whole thing up and still roll because of the reinforced buckler. It's pretty nutty. Some of the rules, some of the rulings here are pretty wild. And then I'm going to roll 3 attack dice, and we are rolling against Mulmesh. What an absolutely garbage roll. This is wasted. Wow, this is really bad. I get this. I'm more likely to survive now. So how do I do this? Oh, I rolled 3. Never mind. That's fine. Great. I can put these in here. I'm going to move this out. I'm going to do 1 damage for my backup plan. And then I have 3 more. Woo! I'm too busy looking at these dice being nothing, but I rolled a 3 in the attack dice. Yeah, rock on. We beat Momesh. I mean, I got super lucky. I mean, if it was, I only had, 3 health and the 1 shield. And, yeah, if it had rolled that, oh, I still would have survived. Look at that. How many rolls would have this taken? So that's 3. Oh, I'm super dead there. That's a bones. Yeah, so I guess more likely to roll less than 4 damage with Frenzy 2 than I thought. So how Retreat would have worked, if I had gotten Momus down to 1 health, I could have applied the bleed effect before we did whether he would check to see if he was, less than 3 health. So you really can't let him leave and come back. The Mad Molbesh thing has these like werewolf dudes, so like there it's a sentry, then it becomes a werewolf, so those are super fun. There's some interesting mechanics. One of the reasons I did not want to put this in play because I had some questions about some of the mechanics. It's like flip a werewolf to a sentry side and heal at the full HP. So if there were no werewolves to flip, do I still do a healing of a sentry or not? And then it's like wax thing, flip a sentry to its werewolf side, and immediately takes a turn. Well, if everything was already a werewolf, do I still take a turn? So like, again, sometimes you get these new products and you can't find the FAQ quick enough. And honestly, I know a lot of this is on the Too Many Bones Discord. I don't have the time to be like scouring the Too Many Bones Discord, or at least I choose not to spend that time. Like I'm just playing too many other games right now. So hopefully they'll start creeping into BGG. That's one thing with Chip Theory. I really do wish they were a little quicker on their FAQ on their websites. I mean, there was some FAQ with, like, again, the Elfin Kazi with Cloudspire. It took them years before they finally got that right on the website, and I'm still not convinced it was ever done. So like, I think it might have been, but I'm not sure. So like, it's one of those things with Too Many Bones, like where you're like, that's really up. So it's a flip a werewolf to the other side, and then choose a werewolf to choose a sentry to heal to full HP, right? Or flip a sentry to his werewolf side, choose a werewolf to immediately take a turn. Like at least it takes out some of the ambiguity. But again, it's one of these days they're gonna know how to write rules that are infinitely clear right off the jump. So yeah, that was a crazy win. I mean, obviously you saw like how frustrating, it wasn't frustrating, it was still like, it was like, oh, this is a bad matchup. I definitely could have done something. I think there might have been another strategy I could have made that the original day 2 work, but obviously I was like, let me just start it over. But once we got all 4 of our lab rats out, and then the fact that it was just gerbil, it was like the absolute gerbil show in that final round, worked really, really well. I forgot that she had the heal to full. I probably should have been exploiting her earlier. I'm not sure. There was that one battle that we lost. I'm not sure it would have made a big difference there. I mean, you see how Slink really helped get us the level 1s back. Just this die is interesting in theory, but I'd be curious to see how that makes it. I mean, it's curious to see if people can really make this work. I mean, one of them, it's like when you're attacked, you can take out the fence dice and do damage back, but that's a lot of setup. I mean, you only have 3 in your active slots, so there's a lot going on with him. The other die there, has half of it is makes you untargetable. That's super interesting. We never got the other consumable, so I think there is a lot to explore with the lab rats. I don't love how like the early game in the adventure, like you really just need to get all 4 lab rats out. So like your whole game is all about getting decks. But I think you could say that about a lot of gearlocs. Like the more I play, the more you realize how important that innate +1 is for a lot of these gearlocs. Where you're like, dude, like I'm so big on defense that early just because of the opportunities to get more bones, to get your innate +1, to really start growing your character, because that innate +1 is such a huge part of how everything kind of comes together from there. So, but yeah, what a interesting. I just got lucky with some rolls with Molmush there at the end, man. He Frenzy 2 only triggered once in those 3 rounds, and he bones right out the gate in the other 2. So I was really able to have Gerbil survive. Had Gerbil not survived, she tagged out, I don't think anyone really survives 1 attack. And what I was really hoping was if I had 3 bones in the round 2, I can fully heal Slank. Slank comes in. Slank will be in a place to take. He'll have 6 health because we had that up to a 3. He can take 1 attack from Molmesh, and then our attack stat was at a 1. We have 2. We had some things that we could have done. We had this die, which again I just kept bonesing on my skill dice here. But I think Slank is probably the next one to go. Flan wouldn't have made much sense. Her dex just being a little bit more limited. I think Slank would have definitely been the way to go. But yeah, man, I cool. It's cool. I from what I understand thematically, like supposedly, like these were like humans who went and worked at a lab for a summer and became lab rats. That's why they look more humanoid than the other Gearlocks. I could be wrong. This is fresh out of school. These young Gearlocks signed up for an internship of a lifetime. It was not meant to be. The grueling hours, ethically dubious tasks, and sparse training let them haggard and desensitized. The silver lining is their advanced equipment training. They now need to make clever use of their stolen tech to survive. So yeah, maybe they were always Gearlocks, but there is a reason why they look more human than the others. Albeit with the special Gearlock floppy ears that we've come to know and love. And I saw Adam Carlson talk about like they're the only ones that are definitely made to look more human, but not exactly sure fully why that is. But I think the flavor of them is pretty cool. Like the WWF tag team thing that's going on is pretty cool. Some weird rulings there. I still think it's weird that negative effects as a Gearlock taps out. Why would their negative effects go to the new the new lab rat that comes in? Like that seems a little forced and not thematically um you know appropriate. Like not appropriate is a weird word. I really like Flan's die. Again, unfortunately it malfunctioned when I was rolling it as Helix, and that sucked, but this is probably a die I should have tried to move up that chain, got to a level 3 of that instead of messing around with some of the other stuff that I did. Although, yeah, I mean, this die never really paid dividends. I guess it did. It added the 1 damage the 1 time. So, the thing that this was the die result I wanted a couple of times, where you can just move wherever you want and choose another target. That's really strong. That ability to kind of go to a different place on the battle map. But again, I just didn't play as durable enough. So yeah, very surprised that we pulled it off and just see the power of just at least healing 1 and letting Gerbil go nuts was pretty cool. So that's that. I'm gonna sign off for today. What is going on for tomorrow? That's a great question. I'm glad I asked it. Tomorrow I am playing Spirit Island. We have a patron challenge from David Coleman. We'll be playing with Shrouded Silent Mists and Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves against level 6 France with Elemental Implication, starting at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Eastern Daylight Time. I forget. I don't know. Look it up. Google it. I think we're in daylight time now. I cannot wait till America just keeps it standardized or keeps it daylight. Just choose one and just never change it, please. That'll be helpful. So that'll be going out tomorrow. Next week we'll probably be streaming at least 4 days, hopefully 5 next week. We're going to come back with Aeon Trespass Odyssey on Monday. Yesterday was an awful, no good, really bad day. Um, in a fun way. It was a rather devastatingly brutal playthrough. There were some bad things that went down. Again, within the context of a game. It's only a game, people. That is not lost on me. So that happened yesterday. So looking forward to getting back on the horse there, and we'll finally see the bull, primordial, and then obviously Maid's Night. We'll probably do a 5-8 blitz. Maybe jack it up a little bit. I don't know. I had to figure out what I'm doing with Maid's Night. I'm hoping to get Sky Tier Horde back on the channel. I have Ashes Reborn that I'm finishing learning the rules of that, so that could be on the channel at some point. So it's Ashes Reborn, specifically the Red Rains expansion, which essentially makes it into a solo or co-op game, which I really like so far. I have other thoughts, but maybe it's premature to share some of them, but I really do like what that game's doing. I still want to get through a full campaign of Reckland Run so I can get the expansion of that on the channel. We have Warp's Edge. So yeah, lots of things to choose from in the next couple of weeks. Anything that you really want to see, put that in the comments below. I did just put up a public post. So go on my Patreon page, go for June's public post. You can see all the titles that are kind of swirling around my head, my basement, my gaming table, as we are trying to, get content planned out for the next few months for sure. While you're there, if you want to jump on board, it's always a good time to get some new patrons. So I would appreciate if you want to consider supporting the channel financially, as well as all the other ways that people do things to support this channel. If that makes sense to you, that'd be absolutely great. Either way, questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. Any strategies with the lab rats that maybe I'm missing, anybody who can figure out how to make Helix's die really effective, that would be super cool. But yeah, lab rats, really nice addition to the game. We have one more to go. Gilly, I'll get him on the channel, get him done with, and then I'm just not excited about Gilly. I don't know. It's just like, I got reasons. I expect them to be really strong in a way that's not going to be all that interesting to me. But maybe I'll be wrong. I'll try to figure out a really tough tyrant. Maybe I'll take them against the Goblin Queen, because Lord knows I need some revenge on that lady. I really don't like that that tyrant encounter at the end there, especially 2 players though. So maybe 1 Gearloc, it'll be a wee bit better. I don't know. Me and accents today. It's one of those days. But yeah, question, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. Other than that, thank you for joining me, and until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.